Oh, yeah. There you are. Hey. I will never get rid of it. Yeah. I believe, yeah, it's just smile emoji, I guess. Yeah. All right, so we have gold lilac, I believe, on blue side, and then we have gold red on red side. So on lilac side, we have Repented in the top lane, For You in the jungle, Darn I Am Still Inno in mid, Magic Man, who is, I believe, subbing in for their team as ADC, and then Mr. Smee is their support. And then on the other side, on gold red, we have Aaron Omnivamp in the top lane. We have Bangarang X in the jungle, Fuchs in the mid lane, Fuchs, and Reyna in the ADC, and then Midnight 7 Mist in support role. So quite a lineup. Names we've seen before and some new faces. So yeah. Yeah. All right. They have already started draft. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that up for us. Boom. Oh, they can't hear. Oh, try now.
Ooh, hello, hello, everybody.
Oh. Accidentally had you muted. Oh well.
Oh no, that's okay. I've been talking to myself, and guess what? Everyone could just figure out exactly what I said. It's gonna be a little
Exactly.
contest. Whoever has the best dub over wins something. I don't really know what it's going to be, but I'll give you something.
All
But
right.
yes, draft has started. Let's go ahead and pull that up here. Woohoo!
Yep, we got that going.
Okay, we had one skip ban, it looked like, because there was slightly a time delay, I believe. So for that, they had to forfeit one of their bans. So we had a skip ban, I believe, right in the very beginning. And then coming in with a Mundo ban second. And then matching that, though, we have a Nico and a Lilia ban. So they're respecting the Lilia ban 100%, as we've seen, from previous seasons, how dangerous that can be. But is she still as strong as she used to be? Do you know?
I feel like she's not as strong as she used to be, but hey, the meta changed like last week, and so it. I mean, AP junglers are still a thing. So
Absolutely. Yeah, AP Jung. Oh, Ash. Okay, you don't typically see a lot of Ash players. I love her personally. I've picked her up quite often and recently here. And against a Misfortune, I think that's a really good pick. The lack of mobility that's already on Misfortune, getting her slowed even further. Also followed up with an ulti is pretty good. And I believe that that could be either Morgana jungle or Morgana support. That's a really nice flex pick that they did right off rip. So I really like that coming in from Team Lilac already.
for sure. Let's see what the second phase bans here are. We did have a few bans due to e-subbing, so that's why there are no bans there. But we do have the second phase here, and we'll see what else they want to ban out. Mundo being banned out. That is, I believe that is playable, or am I mistaken? Because
What, Mundo?
the new Mundo, or is it?
Yeah, he's a monster. He can be a menace. He's not as strong as the previous one. In terms of just tankiness, but he does make up for that in some damage. Absolutely.
All right.
So he is a menace still. He's just more manageable in my opinion. Like LDR, definitely need to build against him. Grievous wounds, of course, still. So it's like as you would go against any Mundo, and of course Vayne's going to be your best bet against him, or Ash because of the slows as well. Um, you
Hmm.
know, into now, would you pick a Leona though into a more potential Morgana support? They
I
also banned up Brazilian and Galio. Interesting.
probably would not. That's definitely a good matchup for Morgana. She's got the range. She's got the spell shield. There's not much to it other than you just get countered. You just can't do anything. Kind of like the same reasoning for Morgana into Thresh support, but we still have yet to see if that's going jungle or not.
And we see the Lux coming in from a ban as well. They definitely don't want to see Fuchs's Lux, as we've seen from last season. It was legendary. It's just as respectful as banning out the Lilia there. So, they definitely got to take out the stronger picks, as they know. And Nocturne also being a really, really good mobile jungler, straight burst damage. He can just get in, do what he needs to do, and get right out, along with the Galio as well. I like the global ultimate bans. That's a really nice thing to just... It's less stress, but then you have these hard engages like Leona, Xin Zhao, that you have to deal with now. So that makes, it's trading, but...
It's the lesser of two evils, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather deal with the Xin Zhao than a Galio. Absolutely.
Hey, man, I'd rather deal with the Galio than a Xin Zhao, but hey, that's just me.
Okay, and they held their cards close up until this moment, and it seems like they're going with the Pyke pick. Okay, so that's a nice kind of counter to Leona, so she has to hard engage, and when you do that, you can get a nice stun, pull her back even further away from the Misfortune, and possibly, underneath tower or set up for a jungle gank or something along those lines, and the Lee Sin to finalize their comp all the way around on Lilac. So very mobile. I like the Pyke, I like the Lee. Morgana seems is going to be mid, or is it going to be Lee Sin mid?
That's a definite possibility. We'll see when we get into the actual draft where each of those are going, but it could be either one, honestly. I don't really know what their plan is, but it looks like it's a very early game skirmish comp, and they have the global Ashe. They're going to see where this Xin Zhao is most of the time with her Hawkeye shots, and they respond with a Kali on the other side. Seeing that there's multiple squishies on the other team, that seems like a viable choice, especially with the team comp that they've chosen.
Yeah, not any kind of AP on their team, so they needed to pick up some. And who's better than Akali or like a Diana or something along those lines? So I think Akali was a great pick. Like you said, assassin. She can burst somebody. She has great sustain in lane as well because of the energy instead of mana use. So we shall see. I like Red's comp all the way, like, more roundedness than Lilac's, but the CC and possible snowball effect, if they can get enough early kills and quickly get to 6 for Pyke as quickly as possible, that's really the only way that they're going to, I think, in my opinion, Lilac's going to pull out the win here.
Yeah, I feel like top lane is going to be interesting, too. We know for sure it's probably going to be Urgot and Aatrox, and that's a bruiser versus bruiser matchup. It's kind of a skill matchup, in my opinion, so we'll see how each of them use their champions. We know Aaron Omnivamp is very, very comfortable on Aatrox, as we've seen in the past games that he's played Aatrox in, so we'll see. And yeah, I feel like the Akali pick is definitely interesting, though. I don't get to see a lot of that in my solo queue games recently, so definitely loving the Akali. Loving it.
What, does she get banned out normally? Do you like to go Akali?
No, she just really, at least where I'm at, she's not really played that often. I usually play Fizz if I'm playing an assassin AP mid, but
okay, that's okay.
I will always.
Wookie, you got to pull out the Fizz one day. I want to cast a Fizz. I want to cast one of your Fizz games. Come on, man.
Oh
Please.
Man, that we'll see. It's kind of like Fish's dilemma. It's either not a chance to play it, it doesn't fit the comp, or it just doesn't work out.
Understandable. Well, definitely, I hope it works out soon, and I hope that one day we're going to be able to witness that. And here we go. Now we have the official draft underway. Let's go ahead and pull that up because I'm curious to see if it's going to be a Morgana mid or Lee Sin mid. Everyone in chat is saying, okay, it's definitely going to be a Georgia mid lane, but we could be surprised. You never know.
That's true.
I definitely can see for you being on Lee Sin. It is legendary. He's just a legendary jungler. Like, he was one of the all-stars for last split, which was awesome. And, for really good reason. He was a menace all the way around, no matter who we picked. So he can go from AP, like he did Lilia here, like they said, ban that, all the way down to Lee Sin. We saw him also go a little bit tank if need be. But he likes to go in, do damage, get stuff done, and then hop out. That seems to be, like, his style. And I can't blame him. And it's effective, and it works.
Yeah, and this is it's gonna be a banger, I think, because we have kind of pretty much early aggression coming from both teams. We have the Lee Sin versus the Xin Zhao in the jungle. That's gonna be a matchup. I wonder, for you, I think we've seen him on Lee Sin a couple of times. Oh, it's It's Lee Sin top. Okay.
What?
Repentant just picked Lee Sin top.
Okay, so it's gonna be Urgot mid?
Wait a minute.
Morgana
Wait a
jungle?
minute. No. It's gonna be Urgot jungle. Yeah,
Urgot
I
jungle?
think so. Let's see it.
Interesting.
We're about to find out.
I have not seen that. Have you seen that before?
I have. Actually, my team played it once.
Really?
In the tournament game. I don't remember against what team, but we played it and we had some pretty good success on it. It's definitely an interesting jungle because you basically have to go around and find where this Xin Zhao is and kind of beat him up, because Urgot does a really good in the 1v1 department. So
right.
Love to see it. I'm actually excited. Wait, that can't be right.
What?
Darn, I am still picked Ashe. Is Georgia
Ashe mid?
Wait, are we sure they're in order here?
No, I am not sure. I'm questioning everything right
What's
now.
going on?
I'm 100% questioning my existence. I'm questioning this whole game. Is this a sham? Are they gonna restart? I don't know. Because everyone else on the other side really seems to be in order.
They're swapping afterwards? That's what chat.
Why?
Not sure.
They're afraid it'll get picked?
I don't know. Maybe it was just like they were trying to start the draft, I guess, or something. I don't know.
They're trying to throw us off so that way we can't tell if it's Morgana or jungle.
The classic Ashe mid. Imagine the classic Ashe mid.
I was like, Lucian, there's Corki. I've seen plenty of others, but I have not seen the Ashe mid before. Definitely not. Not
All
saying
right.
that it can't happen.
Well, at least the other team seems, normal.
All right, let's see. Are they going to be swapping? Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, I guess it is for you in the jungle. Morgana mid, Ashe
I
ADC.
see. All right.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That makes a lot
there
more
we go.
sense. Yep.
I was definitely confused. I'm going to go ahead and start the prediction for everybody. For game number 1, it is going to be Team Lilac, Lilac. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. What is their actual name? It is just a smiley face. That's right.
Just a smiley face.
And then it is Red Emshin. Okay, go ahead, start the predictions. Who do you predict to go ahead and win game number 1 here?
This is a hard one, actually, for me. I feel like I like... Oh, so for you is jungle, by the way. So, okay. For you is
jungle or
okay. No, it's Lee Sin, actually. They actually just, threw us in for a roundabout on that one.
Man, last time I looked, I saw Urgot.
I was excited to see that Urgot jungle, though.
It could have worked. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. But, I'm kind of liking... Man, I kind of like Lilac's team a little bit better here. Even though I feel like their scaling is a bit on the weaker side.
Okay.
But I do like the early aggression. I mean, for you on Lee Sin, good stuff. Repented on Urgot. I feel like Aaron's going to have a tough time depending on how that match goes. I mean, we haven't seen Magic Man actually play, so love to see it. Love to see, some caster love, and of course
That's
Georgia
true.
as well. So we'll see. I feel like Lilac has a better composition. So
yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, not 100% agree, but I like their early game. Like I said, I like them early game. The Pike, Ashe, Morgana, like they have a lot of burst. They have a lot of hard CC. It's gonna be difficult for Xin Zhao to really engage on a few of these champions here. Like it's gonna be difficult to engage on a Pike. It's gonna be difficult to engage on a Morgana. You know, he can get the Ashe, but it's just gonna be quickly followed up with some form of CC, either a stun or a slow pullback. That's just why you have Leona as well. But after the early game, I'm definitely going with Redemption overall. The Leona Misfortune ulti is just ridiculous. Xin Zhao is able to go ahead and get everybody off. The moment that he does that, Akali can also burst down their true damage, which is the Ashe itself. I'm not saying that Lee Sin or Urgot or anybody on their team needs to be like not looked at for certain, but like as long as they focus down Ashe, that's going to be a really big thing, which I think they can very quickly do between Leona, Misfortune, and Akali just by those three.
Right. I mean, if Fuchs gets ahead, it's kind of like Akali just runs the show. I feel like the same can be said for Xin Zhao. I've seen a lot of Xin Zhao's being played. He's probably near the top of the jungle list right now, and he's a menace, especially if you know how to hit those long range stick pokes, as I like to call them, and you just kind of burst them down, get the triple Q, and then into the knockup. You just kind of do so much damage early on.
Absolutely,
it's ridiculous. So I want to really see how these junglers interact, because I feel like these junglers are going to play an important role in the lanes as they play out. So pretty excited to see that.
Yeah, the Lee Sin versus the Xin, it's going to be... I mean, that's kind of like even in my opinion, in terms of just gank ability. Lee Sin, though, with the mobility, I'm going to give him a little bit more of the upper hand unless Xin Zhao can hit that Q. Same thing with Lee Sin, obviously. So as long as they can both hit, their hard engages, both are going to be completely, in my opinion, even in terms of just scalability and damage. But late game, I'm going to go with Xin Zhao over Lee Sin in the 1v1 if they were to go against each other.
Right.
I would probably go with the Xin Zhao just because, the knockup, the sustain that he has is just a little bit greater.
I guess, we'll see. As soon as the client loads here, we'll take a look at the summoner spells. Double TPs on both sides, so definitely looking for those TP plays to be made in the other lanes for both the top and mid. That's going to be team fight central, I feel.
Yep. All about the callouts, baby. It's going to be all about, hey, we got wards. They're 50%. They're too pushed up, blah, blah, blah. It's just going to be a lot of, vision. It's going to be a lot of battling for those deep wards into jungle and into bush as well. Like, there is no safe spot when you're playing with the whole squad. Definitely not.
Yeah, it's gonna be real nice if Pike, after level 6, gets a lot of these low health characters to get those ults in. So he could possibly pop off this game too.
Possibly, yeah. He definitely can. I mean, he's a good Mr. We've seen Shmi on different types of engaged champions like Thresh, the ones that get those hooks. So there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to be seeing a lot of impressive pulls here. The only problem is he's going up against the Leona. So it depends on how impressive you really, really want to be.
Yeah.
If you're going to be pulling in a Leona or not.
Yeah, we'll see how Lilac or Redemption's bot lane plays out, because they're going to be very, very impactful in team fights, as we know. Both Misfortune and Leona, really good team fight champions. I feel like Dragon might be a priority for Bangarang this time. So,
yeah, is it normally not though?
I mean, if Lee Sin does get behind, might have some trouble in the team fight areas, especially around Dragon. Making sure that
Reyna going with the 5-point here, and we have the flash forward from Shmi to go ahead and nail a nice hook.
Wow.
The dash and the pull back in from Repented. First blood going on over to Lee Sin. 4U's going to take
quick.
that and run wild. Yeah, that was less than a minute. First blood. I don't know if that's a record or not. We should start keeping track of these types of things.
We should.
That was like a 53-second first blood.
Yeah.
That right now is the quickest record that we have on record. We can definitely go back and look at certain you know, replays and things like that for other more contested ones. But as of right now, For You has that record.
Well, Reyna is now first blooded, and For You gets the upper hand in the jungle. So, probably going to see a lot of aggression coming out of him as the game goes on in this early phase.
Absolutely, and every person got an assist on that. Every single one. That was such a good invade all the way around. I mean, I like the 5-point start, but I don't know where the Liana was. I think she was mid lane with the Akali, just kind of backing up in the bush probably. Yeah. If my memory serves me correctly.
So there we go. One good Mr. Shmee play right there, so we'll see some more maybe in a bit here.
And we have a great aggro coming in from Magic and Shmee in the bot lane here, getting some early autos off onto Reyna and to member of ADC mains. I'm just going to call him member from this point forward. And how do you feel like Fuchs, not Fuchs himself, but just Akali into a Morgana? How does that matchup generally play out if you ever have done it, gone against it, you know, things of that nature?
Morgana, well, specifically, I mean, going into Morgana is kind of rough because you don't interact with her. She's the one that just, you know, puts her pool down, gets some levels, farms efficiently, and then just roams. Especially for Akali who wants to get in your face all the time, it's gonna be hard for her to do that unless Morgana is just kind of out of the minions and, you know, just gets hit by an E from Akali. But other than that, it's kind of, you just farm, and I think that's why Fuchs decided to take TP instead of Ignite, because he knows like it's gonna be hard for him to actually get onto Georgia like that. Oh.
Do you max out W typically?
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go. Repented getting engaged though top side. Engage also coming in from For You. Great support, but is it going to be enough? He does back them up. Great job. Bangarang X. Got him pretty low though. It was a little bit scary for Repented. Engage though from Member onto the bot lane. Pyke's going to go ahead and get a nice pull back. The slow coming in passively from Magic is unreal. The Q passive is going to go off now as well. Another re-engage from Mr. Shmee possibly. Cooldowns are going to be up in just a moment here. Members is going to go ahead and run for his life. Has to flash forward. The pull's going to come up. Is it going to hit? No, it does not. Slow is going to come back up. Pop that bone plating, and they're going to go ahead take their flash, and that's it. That was quite a team fight. You know, no summoners wasted on Magic's side. Oh, For You getting engaged then. Yeah, one level up. ADC might be out of his realm here. Does a nice E, but it's going to go ahead and get countered by a pull as well. There goes the heal. Yes. Oh, the flash forward from Ready to secure the kill just in case. But the Ignite's going to go ahead and take care of that, and that goes on over to Leona, unfortunately. I like the effort. It's just that when the Ignite's in and you're that low, you just got to give it up.
Yep. I'm not sure if he had W there or not, but Mr. Shmee was definitely hook excited, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that Zenith blade is too good. Such a short cooldown. Such a short cooldown.
For sure. So that kind of puts, I mean, not really good, but it puts Leona on the board, I guess, to get a little tankier, but all in all...
They gave a little bit of gold on over to Reyna as well, you know? Double longsword buy, that's not too bad.
Not too bad, not too bad. And they're going to try to not take things too aggressively now. They have summoners blown. It looks like Magic Man's flash is almost up. Or is up.
Yeah, it should be up by now. Shmee's is almost up.
Almost up.
Both of the ignites are used on both sides, and same thing with the heals. So really, all in all, it's just going to be a flash advantage on Mr. Shmee and Magic's side right now. And everywhere else, let's take a look at the gold. We spent a little bit of time on the bot lane. Direct-to-camera's fault, though, not ours. And everyone's kind of looking even. I mean, Urgot has a slight CS lead over the Aatrox, which is expected, you know, range into melee. But he's not too far behind in gold. It's only by about 100 total, so don't let those numbers completely fool you.
For sure, for sure. A nice
Good
push.
attempt back to bot lane.
Yeah, a nice push going out of the bot lane. This might set them up for Dragon with Bangarang actually heading that way now.
Yeah, Kali also hitting 6 along with Reyna. but Akali has, the advantage, providing that she doesn't have to use mana. This is going to be the freest Ocean Drake for them as well, and it looks like Redemption's going to go ahead and pick up that first dragon. Yeah, they would safely just give it up. It's kind of not worth it. No vision, not going in there.
Yep, for sure. And I mean, 4U's looking for something top lane here. Let's see if he can get it. The wave is pushed in, but if it pushes back out and he's a little bit patient.
Ooh, let's see here. A level 4 Lee Sin. Okay, we have the engage from Repented. Another engage, though, from Omnivamp. Lands Q's. Doesn't quite go back in, but 4U's going to be patient and wait there in the bush. Nothing as of yet. We're going right between. Oh, okay. So waits a little bit too long, in my opinion, and didn't really get a whole lot out of it. Great pull coming in onto Bangarak from Pyke. And he's just going to go ahead and be forced to back up from there. So I think 4U overstayed a little bit into the top side, just dedicated a little bit too much time, and especially not getting any kind of result whatsoever is definitely in Omni's favor for just wasting his time. But
exactly.
He's not going to be slow. He's going to go straight to the Krugs, steal Sinzal's, and then make up for that lost time. Not to worry at all.
For sure. And I feel like the pace of this game is kind of not very fast. It's been kind of slow, and like stuff has happened, but not a lot. And
yeah, fights, but no endings really. Like everyone can start one, but no one's going to finish a fight. And that's a good thing. We're not necessarily like everyone has to die with every engage. That would kind of snowball out of control for one side eventually, and we're not about that. Ooh, great job from Georgia hitting binding there onto Fuchs, just getting a little bit of poking. Yeah, not a whole lot of diving. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more action around team fights and later drags, because we do have a Mountain Drag. It's the second one coming up. The first Rift Herald's also going to be populating right now, so I do expect them to be trying to go after these. I know 4U definitely likes to go after jungle objectives. I mean, that's kind of his thing. And I wish we had some kind of a percentile of objectives that he takes over, per
like
game
a stat.
that he plays.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think that would be actually very interesting to see, just where every jungler lines up and on the objective side, because that's pretty important.
Yeah, like who really controls what. And all right, there we go. We have an engage though from Omnivamp. 2 out of the 3 Qs are going to go ahead and land in, but Repented has a plan of his own as well. Ulti's going to be popped, and he's going to go ahead and chase him down. The Conqueror stacks are really starting to add up here. The ulti's going to go off, but he's forced to run the flash, but it's just too late. Great Q dash forward in from Omni. He's going to go ahead and pick up the kill on to Repented. That was just a slight delayed reaction, I think, from Repented in the flash.
For sure,
he should have flashed a little bit earlier.
Definitely. He knew it was coming. Like, Aatrox's cooldowns are pretty short, relatively, and that's going to net Bangarang this Rift Herald.
Yeah, that's a nice objective. That's 2 now that they control. They had the first Rift, and they have the first Dragon. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's going to clear that vision to top side. And it looks like, ooh, Mr. Shmee almost getting caught out there by a nice Zenith Blade from Member there. All right, there we go. Ashe is level 6. We do have to keep that in mind. A nice engage, though, onto the Ashe Misfortune ulti combo. Teleport coming in. Another teleport coming in as well. 4U super low. Does get caught out by Reyna. Shmee is also on the verge of death. Down he goes to Fuchs. And I think it might have been a soaking too late coming in from Georgia, but that is all right. We have another teleport in from Omnivamp, but that was just to her own death. Oh, she did do a nice flash. Is she going to get members? No, she is not. And that's going to be a clean 3 for 0, I believe. No,
yep.
2 for 0,
2 for 0.
on Redemption side. That was a very nice, smooth engage. Great job from Reyna staying in the back. Great ultis from both Leo and Misfortune. That could not have gone any better for Redemption at all.
Yeah, the lockdown really took that fight. Just the Leona CC was enough to actually just make sure they got health bars low. And, oh, it looks like Mr. Shmee disconnected for a second there. Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. We're going to have a...
Yes, a little delay, but that's...
Yeah, a little delay, but that's all right. It was a quick pause, and then... Oh, he's back. Do not worry. We're going to take a quick little moment. I'm going to get a drink real fast. There we are.
Hopefully it plays back.
It's going to. It has that little buffer every time that there's a...
Oh, okay. Gotcha. There it
Not
is.
to worry. Yes, sir. So Riptail's going to be popped in the mid lane. Going to get some nice solo plates there onto Bangarang. Some much needed gold. I mean, I'd rather be 0-0-0 with 80 farm than 1-1-0 with 50 farm right now. Not that he's not being effective or anything at all. 4U's doing what he can, but I think this is exactly what Xin Zhao needs to be doing. Just power farming, because he knows later in game he's going to be much more effective in these team fights.
Yeah, I mean, he has gotten 2 objectives securely, and that's already a huge step in helping his team out. Even though he doesn't have any kills on the board, that's quite okay. He's just kind of okay with taking the objectives, and nice trades.
Absolutely. Yep, trades happening in the top side here. Omnivamp has to pop the ulti again. Those Conqueror stacks are just so clutch. The healing is so unreal, and down goes Repented again onto Omnivamp.
Oh.
And another fight happening in the bot side there. Reyna trying to get onto Mr. Shmee by herself. She has to sustain, almost does a 2v1. Reyna, you are a god. What was that? Leona's there just a moment too late. Magic's forced to run, but he's not going to be able to get out of this. Pyke doing what he can to make him survive, but Bangaran's going to pick up the double kill. Very nice attempt, though, from Reyna. That was super impressive. I'm not going to lie. Like, that was... She couldn't have done any better in that situation. 2v1, almost getting that. And then a nice cleanup coming in from Xin Zhao, and to secure the Mountain Drake as well. Like, this is working out extremely well for Redemption right now.
Yeah, it looked like 4U was just kind of caught out. Not sure if he was spotted under a ward, or they just actually met up with him at that bottom side brush. But that was just unfortunate timing for him to go there and just get, you know, kind of collapsed on, while Reyna actually took the brunt of both the enemy ADC and supports. And that's going to net them another dragon. It is an Infernal Soul. Woo! Let's go.
Oh my god, yes! Okay, that's what I like to see. And it was kind of unfortunate Mr. Shmee not being able to land that ulti, you know, and get the execution there. That would have been really sweet. And here we go. Fui's going to go to engage onto Omni onto the top side. Really nice pullback, though, to go ahead and get the disengage. And he's just going to go pick up that scuttle and run right back into River. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Level 7 Lee Sin into a level 10 Aatrox is not the ideal fight at all. He is down every single champion on the enemy team right now is on a higher level than at the moment. He's going to go to engage, though, onto Fuchs. Does land the E. She's going to go ahead and re-engage. No, she is not. Bangarang, though, is not going to give up on this. George is getting a little bit low. There we go. The engage coming in from Akali. Down goes Morgana and Lee Sin.
Oh.
Repented is there for a cleanup kill. Is he going to go ahead and get a double? Let's find out. Bangarang is now on the run. We have seen this before, but Omnivamp is there for support. And since he's already used the ultimate, this looks like he might go down. Yes, he does. Great job. Almost picks up the double, and that's going to be 1 for 3. Nice job. Great engage once again from Redemption. I mean, that was a good turnaround from Repented, picking up one of those. And I don't know if it was a shutdown. Did he get any shutdown gold? I don't think so.
I don't... Actually, yeah, that would have been a shutdown. Oh. Akali is 2-1. That means she was 2-0.
Okay.
So that was a good shutdown for Repented, but... it was unfortunate that Xin Zhao had flash available, just flashed away after the fear was expired, and gets away scot-free with Aaron coming up to assist.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, great moves coming in from Redemption all the way across right now. This is a best of 3. So you do have to remember that. Magic Man landing a nice ultimate, and Pyke's there to follow up as well. Reyna tries to Gale Force away, but the hook is going to go through. Leona's going to go ahead and try to ulti, but it's not going to be to any avail. Does get some nice lockdown onto Shmee. Repent is going to teleport in to pick up some kind of kill or assist here onto Member. Akali's trying to do what she can in a shutdown. Very nice. That's going to be 2 kills on over for Pyke. 4U's trying to engage onto Fuchs here, but down 2 levels, it's going to be pretty difficult. And he's going to back off. They're going to pick up the vision, and that's 2 easy kills. All it costed was a teleport. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Those are the shutdowns that we need, and the gold spread that Pyke presents as well is very nice.
Yeah, you just saw that Magic Man just got like 400 gold off of that, as you were saying it. Coincidence? I think not. But yeah, it's it's very good. That just means that Magic Man actually has technically 2 kills rather than just 1. Pretty much putting them kind of in, I guess, sort of even with the enemy bot lane at least. So it's not bad, but they still have a mountain to climb as we get the first turret down, or second turret, excuse me, for redemption here.
Yes, they are just ahead all the way around. Macro, micro, they're up to about 6k gold right now. 2 towers, 2 dragons, and the Infernal's going to be up in a minute and a half here. Blue has all the vision that they need, but they are going to be pushed out of bot lane. There are 4 members. Oh, here we go. 4U's doing, I'm sorry, yeah, getting engaged on. I'm looking at bot side here. Bangerman's going to go ahead and engage onto Shmi onto the bot lane. Misses the Q, unfortunately. And 4U, I mean, yeah, he was getting poked down pretty hard. And it's just 1 member up there. All the rest of Redemption is on bot side.
Yeah.
They're trying to hard push this so that way they have the advantage over the dragon. I like it.
And
would you pick up the Rift Herald if you were
well,
Smiley Face right now?
So Repented it has the wave pushed in, and I mean he is doing okay job at pushing it back out, but I just don't think there's enough time, because Aaron's gonna spot them out doing the Rift Herald, and then the rest of the team is just gonna rotate up. I mean Dragon is not for another 30 seconds now, so it's kind of just bad timing. They could trade objectives if they wanted to, because they know that side of Redemption is all on bot side. Like this, they're just waiting for the bush cheese. Member's gonna walk up here. Yep, do some wombo combo, I guess, if you will. Trying to make sure they don't get too close, put any wards. A clean dragon they want.
Yeah, that hawkshot kind of foils their plans a little bit. Shmi is a brazen one, though. He's going to go ahead and step forward, gets caught out by members there. Nice binding landing onto the Leona, but the Leona ulti's going to pop off as well with the misfortune. Ash ulti's going to go ahead and try to stop Fuchs for just a moment, though. Down goes another member of Smiley Face, and that is going to be 2 for 0. I'm sorry, 2 for 1. Member did fall there, and that might be a third drag on over to Team Redemption. Akali's going to go ahead and engage onto Shmi. Does land the E. 4U looking to get a steal, possibly. He is known for this. He's going to engage. Yes, he does get the steal. That was unreal. Cost him his life, but that is totally fine. Stops them, picks up the first Infernal. Very nice. And the disengage comes in back from Magic and Shmi. 4U showing why he's been an all-star last season. Unreal. Great steal coming in from Lee Sin. Woo!
Yeah, amazing steal. And I mean, that's what they were trying to avoid. But they didn't get enough members down, more specifically for you, who, playing Lee Sin, it's very easy to pick up those kinds of steals. Actually, well, I shouldn't say easy. I should say it's just what you have to do playing Lee Sin. But great job. Otherwise, not making sure they're at soul point. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. They're so far behind at this point. They need a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more, but we got to start somewhere, and I think that's a great start, to begin with. And here we go. He's going to get caught out by a Vision Ward. Akali's going to very safely back on up. Now, I don't know if they really have the 5v5 team fight. So in this circumstance, you can't really push out side lanes either, because everyone on the other team is strong, is so much stronger than you. So, and you can't really be pushed up that far. You don't have any towers. Yeah, this is difficult. This is pretty difficult. I'm not going to lie. You're right. You are absolutely correct. So, in this circumstance, though, what do you do as a team? They have Rift being popped in the mid lane now. Okay, Leona's going to go ahead and engage there. Very nice counter from Shmi, though. She's going to go ahead and get caught underneath tower. Great ulti coming in from Ash. Too early, though, for Mr. Shmi. The tower's going to fall. Nice job, but, oh, man, that was very close. Oh, here we go. 4U's going to engage deep into a 3v1, though. Nicely Sin. Ulti, is it going to be enough? Shmi's on the hunt. Flashes forward. Doesn't get the stun off. Rain's going to go ahead and pick up that kill. And Aatrox's going to go ahead and follow up onto the Lee Sin. 2 for 0 now. They're going to be running for their lives. Bangerman's going to go ahead and flash. Engage, though. Doesn't get the knock up onto Georgia, but the Misfortune ulti is going to be popped. Flashes forward from both of them. Magic Man's on the run. Are they going to get her? Yes, they do. Georgia does go down. Richard's going to be popped. The mid-third tower is going to go down, and that's going to be an inhib. Wow, Akali wasn't even there for that whole fight. Fuchs was just pushing out other lanes, doing God knows what. That's going to be 3 members down for 0 in Redemption's favor. Wow.
Wow, the Redemption is really taking this game in the pace department, and they're just getting so much from really just how the enemy team is playing the game. Like, the last question that you were asking me, like, what do they do? Well, they need to just at least give up some fights. Like, they can't be taking all of these fights like that and engaging with Ash ult. You kind of have to use those things kind of defensively now and make sure you're at least giving up. You have to give up some towers, then that's what you have to do if you want this game to, go on longer and to scale a little bit more. I mean, they're 9k gold down, which is a very, very heavy, mountainous lead to get back in the game with. So they have to do something. They have to stall for time here.
Yeah, that's kind of very important. I mean, the 7-0 top lane, the 4-0 jungler. I mean, everyone's doing extremely well. Everyone's positive on Redemption's side right now. So, every single person is definitely contributing a whole lot to the team's overall win. But MVP status, who are you going with as of right now in this state of the game? And
oh, man.
I'm not saying that Redemption has it because it's not over till it's over. But at the current state of the game, in Redemption, if they won, who are you going with MVP?
Redemption, if they won. I probably have to say Bangarang. Fantastic job picking up the early objectives and coordinating with his team to get picks, like the one on, I think it was 4U, and just being at mostly every objective thus far. And Baron, another example, this objective got to be taken pretty easily by Redemption.
Yeah, Bangarang is going to be my vote at the moment. I mean, 11 out of the 19 kills he's been a part of. Every single objective. I mean, it's kind of difficult against a Leon. Oh, 4U's going to get caught out, though. They're not going to have another steal coming in, especially not on the Baron. They're going to go ahead and disengage. Nice Ash arrow, though, onto Misfortune. They're going to go ahead and hop into the background. Pyke ulti's going to come through clutch. Oh, no, the Urgot's going to steal the second kill, though. That's all right. Boost is going to be forced to flash out. Omnivamp, though, is there. Now, finally, the binding is going to land, and a nice... But they don't have any of the tanks to take the damage that Omnivamp can dish out right now. But Magic Man's doing some serious work, and down they go. Repentant is going to go ahead and get out of there just at the grit of his teeth. The Magic Man's going to be trying to kite. Does he get out? Yes, he does. No, run, man, run. Don't turn around. Get out. Woo!
All right.
Magic.
The base. Yeah, they need to respond to the base. And that's going to be...
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, and I mean, that's... Unfortunately, it's going to be another dragon over to Team Redemption here. Yeah, that was that started something. That was something because we almost saw that Smiley Face had it, almost. But if they just had a little bit more damage and a little bit more farm, I feel like that would have been a lot better fight. And unfortunately, yeah, Urgot taking the kill didn't work out for them quite so well. Could have used that next.
Yeah, that reset.
Yeah, but mistakes were made. But they got something out of it, right? They stopped Baron. They got some kills on the board again.
Exactly.
And now they just stall. Make sure they don't try to get this Baron for free once again. If they can do it.
A lot of damage, though, being traded, just out of supers alone. They took down one Nexus tower as well. I believe Inhibitor should be up within the next few minutes. Ooh, Shmi, you are walking a fine line, my friend. He is way out there. I know he's quick, but is he quick enough to get away from both the Leona and, it's not. The Zenith Blade's going to go ahead and land onto Shmi. Member's going to be caught out, it looks like, but pulled him out of the Lee Sin queue. Unfortunately, flash forward onto Shmi. All of the damages are coming through. Forced to flash out. Very nice. Or no, not flash. I'm sorry. Dash out of there.
They really do not want this Baron to be taken. They know that once this Baron is taken for free, that's the end.
Yep, there we go. We have a nice ulti landing onto the Xin Zhao. I'm sorry, onto the Lee Sin. Shmi is going to go ahead and... No, he's not. I thought the dash, but he already used it to get out the first time. Great pick off. And now they can definitely take this for free. Without any Lee Sin, this is a guaranteed Baron.
Yeah.
With the Smite.
Unfortunately, they just stepped their bounds a little bit more than they should have, and Mr. Shmi is still in trouble here.
He's just trying to play with them. He's like, maybe I can ulti it.
Oh.
Okay, we have... Oh, a nice ulti lands onto the calling onto the bot side there. Oh, Red. Oh, he tried to steal it. I like the effort, but it's not going to be enough. Fuchs, though, in the 1v3 is going to go down. Does pick up one of the kills, though, onto Georgia before going down there.
Yep. And... yeah, good attempt from Mr. Shmi to try to steal that, but unfortunately for you, probably had the best chance to steal that and get out, but didn't work out the way they wanted to. Now the siege is on.
Yes, and I think it's going to go quite as what we think right now. So, you know, two siege with Baron buffs on them, like that's kind of difficult. You know, tier 2 towers are already about to be blown out on the bot side as well. Let's see. I mean, okay, they're just gonna reset. They're playing it safe. I like that. Don't overstay. If you can avoid it, don't overstay. So.
Right.
We'll play a little bit safe. We'll take our guaranteed wins. We'll reset. We'll get full power. Then we'll come back. Baron's not going anywhere for at least a couple more minutes, so we're fine.
Yeah, I mean, they have time. It's not like the game is going to just suddenly sway in the favor of Smiley Face. But, you know, Smiley Face does need a little bit more gold, but they have time on Redemption. They can stall for a little bit, but hopefully not too much, because they don't want to give up too much farm to the enemy team to make sure they get some items in, and once those items are completed, they're going to have a little bit more of an edge when it comes to these team fights. And for you, dangerously stepping kind of on ice there.
I feel like that's their team, like, personal motto.
Yeah, stepping on ice, just accepting death when it comes.
Yeah, like, Pike and Lee Sin both definitely want to do that. All right, good binding into the Pike pull as well. Not able to pick anything off. Now we have 4 very strong individuals on the bot side trying to defend with just 2 members from Lilac. Urgot's on the way. The Ash Arrow's going to go ahead and fly and land onto the Zins out. They're going to go to do a hard engage. Bangering's getting super low, taking a lot of minion towers there. The tower's going to go ahead and switch aggro, though. Very nice. That's going to be 1 member down, 2 members down now for Team Lilac. Fuchs is going to go ahead and go in. Repent is doing what he can, tries to dash out. Not going to be enough. That's going to be all 5 members, and that's going to be Team Gappity Gapped for Team Redemption. Very nice. 5-0. And that looks like game number 1 on over to Team Redemption.
Wow, what a game. Good game indeed. And a strong showing from Team Redemption. I did lose channel points, unfortunately. But wasn't too much. It wasn't too much. It's quite alright. You know, we'll see if we get, you know, a nice Redemption comeback. Let's take a look at the damage charts, though. Impressively, a lot of damage coming out from Magic Man on the Ashe here.
Wow.
That is pretty impressive. Almost hitting the same amount of damage as Aatrox. Not bad, I'd say. But yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, he hit almost as well. That's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy, but unfortunately, there's so much damage on the side of Redemption that wasn't an option.
Well, everyone's having a debate right now about who was MVP. Who are you giving? Based off the stats now that we can clearly see.
Yeah, top damage. I'm going for Bangerang on Zinzao. Like that's
okay.
That's mine.
And kill participation. I mean, overall playing style. I'm also going with Bangerang on that one. Bangerang gets my vote all day long. He did an absolute amazing job on Zinzao, and I cannot wait to see what he busts out in the next game. Did he even get banned out in this first round at all? I mean, they got rid of the
we could take a look
Nocturne, and they got rid of Nocturne and Mundo. From what I can see from the draft. So I mean, I guess Mundo is more of a top laner now than he is a jungler. But yeah, getting rid of the Nocturne was no problem. Getting the Zinzao made it very easy. They did it very seamlessly. Like I told you, like I said, late game Redemption was definitely going to pick that up. Early game, if Lilac couldn't get those kills, couldn't get the Pike, the Ashe, the Lee Sin rolling, it was just going to go right on over to red, and that's exactly what happened. I expect to see a lot of roster changes in terms of bannings, and we're in a best of 3. I want to see 3 games. Let's go. Come on, Lilac.
We always want to see best of 3s go to game 3, but we're going to have to wait and see how they adjust draft on the side of Smiley Face to change up how they play the game, I guess. It was just unfortunate that they lost those bans for sure, because they're going to need them, I feel.
Yep.
But yeah.
And I gave the points on out to the winners, which is Redemption, so congratulations there to the people that I did that. I'm also going to play a little quick ad for all of you people out there, which is a reminder to go ahead and sub if you like what we do, just in case. It's right down there. Boop, boop, boop. It pays for Magic's education, for my education, and everyone else's education to learn more about League. But I'm just joking. We don't get paid at all. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play that ad real quick. But yes, game number 2 should be underway at some point. Oh, let me go ahead and get out of here so I can get that invite. My bad.
Oh, true.
And yes, I mean that's exactly what I expected. The Wombo coming in from the Misfortune Leona. Zinza being able to hard engage. He was able to separate. He was able to do exactly what I thought he was able to do from the get-go. And Omni just absolutely destroying it. Like, it's between Omni and Bangarang on that one, in my opinion. Because they both didn't die. They played very impressively. They held down Urgot. They held down Morgana. Like, they just did a great job overall. Those two members. Not that Misfortune Leona did not do well at all in the bot lane. Not that Fuchs didn't do well on Akali. They all did fairly well. But those two.
Yeah. Those two are quite the combo, it seems. Pretty dangerous.
That was kind of unreal.
Yeah.
Kind of unreal. I'm not gonna lie.
Unreal. So, definitely looking forward to seeing what kind of draft they pull out next. I feel like that was a great game for Redemption. Let's see if they can keep it up, or if Smiley Face will pose a comeback charge here.
Yeah, I mean we've seen the comeback story time and time again. But based off of last week's results, I mean we've seen these teams are not messing around this split. They're not messing around at all. This is 2-0, 2-0. It got to game 3 yesterday. Agua won yesterday, I believe.
Yes.
Overall, so it did get to a game 3 yesterday. So we started off strong in the week, which is a huge change because I believe last week it was just 2-0 all the way across, if I'm not mistaken. But it definitely is going to be interesting, and Lilac just has to pull it together game 2, just a nice little mental reset. But I'm not even worried about that.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, they had a good showing around certain parts of the game. Like, remember when they almost turned around that Baron fight, but a little bit of adjusting on the mistakes here and there will get them on the right track. And definitely, if I had to give MVP to a member of the other team, it had to be for you. Like, that Dragon Steel was enough to at least get them, trying to get back on track.
I would go with Magic on that one.
Really?
Like, the amount of damage that he did,
true.
like, even though he was a little bit behind in terms of kills, he's still, Chica Best Girl, thank you very much for 6 months in a row. Woo. Super, super appreciated. But I personally would go with Magic on that one because he did a lot of damage. Though we didn't get to see the overall results coming from the damage in terms of kills, it was still huge.
Right.
And they started off strong. They got first blood. Lee Sin was able to pick that up, and it was great. But really, that was really then just the beginning of the end for Lilac there. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay because we have game number 2. And do you expect to see more like defensive tankiness rather than like a Pike, a Morgana, a Lee Sin, like these squishy, more damage types? I mean, mid lane, I expect another caster. I feel like Georgia's more comfortable on casters, but she could pull out a Talon. Just boom boom on them,
Yeah, I feel like they might have to play a little bit tankier characters because we saw pretty much all damage that game, right? And it didn't work out, so when something doesn't work, you kind of need to make some adjustments to make it work. Maybe have Mr. Shmee be on a champion that's a little bit more tanky, maybe counteract. I mean, even putting Morgana in the bot lane and then having Georgia be on a different champion, maybe. It just depends. They could go several routes. I mean, they had several flex picks in their draft. We were all kind of wondering where everyone was going. We had no
idea from the beginning where anybody was.
Yeah, so if they take that a little bit further, they might be able to pull off something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they are definitely sneaky, and we've seen them from last split. We've seen Georgia play. We've seen 4U play. Magic as well. I've seen him play in like games personally, never on the stage. So it is a little bit different when you're playing in front of like a crowd of people, you know. And I would consider, you know, 20 to 30 people a nice little crowd. You don't typically have 30 viewers when you're playing your individual games. I nearly crapped my pants when only like 5 of you guys were watching me personally. And Danny's like, "Yo, what the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my god." But no, that was it's a different kind of atmosphere, you know, once you're actually playing on the stage in front of people. I'm sure it's just exhilarating. I can't wait. How do you feel when you play in front of people? How does it feel on your end? Because it's just like, okay, I'm in the mid lane, and it's like I'm by myself. I am the Wookie monster, you know. Flex my guns.
Well,
I'm
you
huge.
tell me. You've strained a couple of my games. How did you think I felt during those times?
Well, I want to know what it feels like playing.
Playing.
It's different when you're watching. Like when you're playing in front of people, it's more nerve wracking. I feel.
I don't have a problem with playing when people are watching. I just have like a mental mindset of I need to, you know, work with my team as much as possible. Otherwise, you know, it's the game's on me, right? That kind of pressure, I guess. So I'm a little nervous, but not. It's for the wrong reason. For the wrong reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that so much as the people as it is just like the team aspect itself?
Yeah.
I understand. I get so mad whenever I do crap. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm pissed at myself. Not you all. Like my farming's terrible. You all can't help me with that. That's me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because in these games, it's a lot different than solo queue, right? Because you have to work with your team, and you have to make sure you make as less mistakes as possible. So it's definitely pressure on you because every little detail, like if I don't know a matchup, I'm like already struggling. Like it's over. the lane's done. Go to next. Go next. Oh wait, it's best of one. Can't go next. Oh well.
Yeah, it's like damn. Like this isn't my overall playstyle. I just really bad this game. I promise you. And
yeah,
you know, I'll do better next time and things like that.
Well,
so
I mean, I mean, it's different atmosphere than just playing normally. But you know, my kind of nervosity isn't geared toward who's watching because I like people watching me. Actually, I mean, it's nice to see people, you know, enjoy the games we play. So I like that aspect. Definitely.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I mean, it's only a Plat miniseries right now where you guys are doing the best of ones. So when you do get the best of threes, it's going to be a little bit easier because it's not like all or nothing on this one game. It's not like a game 3 status every single time that we play.
I mean, we are going to finals, so that's going to be a best of 5. That's going to be a lot of pressure.
that's a 5 game is just a different kind of stress because it's like I remember casting that, and every single one of them I think went to that 5th game. No, the finals for Gold League I think went to only 4.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, we didn't even do the finals.
Right, yeah, but I see what you're saying. The series before that, I think was it a best? I think it was a best of 5 for the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken, or best of 3, whichever one.
No, it was definitely a best of 5. I remember that. Yeah, 100%. That was quite late. It was like, whew, man, you guys are going 2-2, aren't you? Oh, you did. And I was okay with it, but that's all right.
I believe we casted that actually together, didn't we?
We did.
We did. Yeah, I remember.
It feels like so long ago. My brain is just not.
Time flies, you know. We're already moving on to the summer split. It's long in the past, I guess.
We're in a whole new world right now.
Exactly. Whole new logo, new gap. You know. But yeah,
that's true. We do have the new logo. I don't know if everyone noticed that. Can you pull it up real quick for everybody?
Yeah, I definitely can. Look at that.
Let's go ahead. We don't have a name for him just yet. But this is the new Team Gap logo. Look at that sexy beast. I love it. Team Gap official. We also have new and improved icons as well. If you guys noticed, the shields.
They're different colors.
Different colors for the teams themselves. I wonder if we can get like a zoom in on one of those later on. But you know, it's definitely new and improved. Shout out to all of the execs who do all this, and of course all the creators as well that make our content come to life. So greatly appreciated to all of you. Shout out to all of you guys that keep this running. And I believe do we have the draft yet?
In the draft. I'll bring it up right there. It is.
Perfect.
So yeah, Wow, so they went ahead and banned the Xin like we expected, and they're actually going to ban 3 of the champions they played last game on the other side on Redemption. So that's Xin Aatrox, and Leona.
Yes, and do keep in mind, all of you wonderful viewers, they are switching sides. So Redemption is now on blue side, and Lilac is now on red side. So we do have the Nico ban, like you said, the Xin the Aatrox, and the Leona. So they definitely are getting a lot of that engage out of there from last game. I do like that. Ooh, we have an Alistar pick coming in from Shmi, and a Scion pick coming in from Repented in the top side. Very nice.
Okay, interesting. I like to see it. Haven't seen much of it, but it is definitely a good pick if you want to engage, disengage, whatever. It's a good blind pick, I feel, Alistar.
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, he's only completely useless at level 1, essentially. And then after that, well, I would say level 3 is really when he starts to pop off. But that level 2 combo, if you can hit that first, whew, I love me a good WQ combo. But sometimes you just kind of W and forget the Q. You just headbutt him away and just like, all right, my bad.
Oh, man. Yeah, that doesn't feel good. For sure.
We have a little bit of banter coming in into the draft itself. And did they forfeit 2 bans on Redemption?
I believe they have to again because I think it's for every E-sub that's ban lost. So unfortunately, they do lose the 2 bans once again. I believe subbing in Georgia and Magic Man, or no, is it Georgia and Magic Man? Yeah. So
yeah.
Losing those subs or bans are.
Oh no, Georgia's a permanent part of the roster. I'm like almost positive, is she not? Yeah, she's the official mid laner. The only ones that we don't support and ADC. Or support and jungle, I guess. Why does it say bot is 4U? So 4U is ADC, unidentified as the jungle, but he's not here right now.
I guess they're not in order then. So it was just Magic Man. I'm not sure why they lost, unless it's someone else.
I think unidentified is not here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, okay. Wait, this.
Oh, and we have the Akali coming out being banned out as well.
Oh, is it the other team? Sorry, that wrong team. Right. Okay. I got you.
I understand. I get confused all the time. If I don't have the roster up and like directly looking at it, I would be lost.
Because in the first draft they lost the ban, but then they recovered that ban because they brought unidentified in. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That was it was kind of the colors kind of put me off course, but
we don't see a Lux ban coming out either. I do like that.
Oh, and I mean it's hovered. It is hovered. Deciding.
He said fish or Lux. Lux. Yep. Lux, yeah.
It is gonna be the Lux.
Good job. Okay, I'm liking this so far. We're going to go with Game 2 winner. And we're going to see if it's going to be Redemption or if it's going to be Team Smiley Face.
Team Smiley Face. Still is a funny name. But they are going to pick up maybe Nasus here on the side of Redemption or Set.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I like the Set rather than the Nasus, to be honest with you. His team fights are just a little bit better. Even though Nasus just permanent, split pushing, get those stacks all day. The Seraphine mid with the Alistar, Kalista bot lane, Scion top, and who is going to be the icing on the cake with the jungle. They don't have a Lilia ban, so we could possibly see her because we don't have any AP. But, other outside of Seraphine, but he's going to go in with the Kayn. He said, I'm going in, doing some damage, and we're going to go ahead and take this game number 2. So, Kayn coming out, it looks like, for that jungle pick. I'm going to go ahead and start the prediction. So, based off just comps itself, who are you looking at right now?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm honestly on side Redemption now because Fuchs gets Lux. Like, I love to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
I mean, all jokes aside, though, their comp is pretty strong into the enemy team here. even though there's a lot more tankiness, I feel, on the opposite side. Kayn, Alistar, Scion. I mean, obviously this depends if Kayn goes Rost or Shadow Assassin, but if he goes Rost, that's 3 tanks, and they have the healing to back it up, and Callista, just gonna throw one of them in and do a lot of damage. So we'll see.
Oh, not just anyone. She's throwing the Alistar in. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is definitely going to be a great time. 100%.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Redemption. What about you?
I agree. I'm also gonna go with Redemption once again. I do. Well, actually, hold on. Let me take a step back real quick. Really look at this again. I'm gonna go with early game Redemption. I like the Lux, I like the Misfortune, and the Lulu. They're just too big. The Lulu Misfortune early game is going to be really nice against an Alistar Callista. They're going to be able to poke down Alistar quite often. But once they're able to get that engage, I think this is going to heavily go into Lilac's favor. So late game also as well with the Seraphine ulti and the Scion ulti. I just really like their close quarter combat team fights. Kayn has the ability to run through walls. I mean, this is like one of the most perfect champions for you in his gameplay. So he's going to be a menace. He's a lot better on the Kayn than on the Lee Sin. Not saying that his Lee Sin is bad in the least bit, because we've seen him do some godlike plays on there. But I do like his Kayn play a lot. And having more tanks like the Scion and the Alistar, and then focusing, around the Callista Kayn, and Callista just has to stand in the back all day long. All day long. Just
right.
Spear. And I think she has a really good comp for just being able to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
I like Team Smiley Face for the overall winners, personally.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I do have to agree that their comp seems, at least, I'll give them this. Their comp seems a little bit more defined than their previous comp. And I mean, I don't know about how you feel about Seraphine mid, but Seraphine mid is just so annoying to deal with, because she kind of does the same thing as Morgana does. You just farm the waves and then go help out your team elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I always like about those kinds of mid laners. They just clear the waves and go elsewhere. It's funny to watch.
It is nice. I mean, do you not like the Seraphine? I mean, I like having Seraphine support as well. But Seraphine mid lane is just a whole nother kind of menace, because she can go utility, but she can really just go straight damage if she wanted to, and still be super effective in utilization for the rest of her team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can go either way. Would you see like a Moonstone on Seraphine? Would you recommend that this game? Or would you want her to go just more straight damage outright?
I think it just depends on who gets ahead and whatnot. I mean, they don't have a lot of AP damage on their team, so it might benefit to build AP rather than Moonstone. But, I mean, we'll see the kinds of decisions that they make, for the laters, because, I mean, their team comp is pretty mid to late game, Callista being the mid game menace, and then late game Kayn, and just the healing from Seraphine. They might want to edge towards the Moonstone instead of damage, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And we have some chat. I like the Seraphine support, but she's a caster.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm just saying no, she's making fun of me.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Because typically I don't... Yeah, typically I don't go towards caster supports, but I've recently changed my mind. I've had a local support recently that is just godlike on all caster supports. I mean, I had a Xerath where she stole every single one of my kills. Lulu, Yuumi. I actually like Yuumi now. I'm a changed man. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Good to see it. We like to see it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think with that momentum, I think Redemption's comp this time, it's a little changed. And we do have Reyna on the same Misfortune, so that's already, you're already comfortable playing it second time around. Everybody else has different champions, but it is a little bit more scaling than their last. I mean, both of these teams are much more scaling than their previous team got. So it's interesting because you'd think like, hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it. We'll just play early game again and try to do
That's
the
my
same.
play style, baby.
I mean, they try to do the same thing again, but hey, they did change it up a bit. I guess respecting some of the bans. Well, obviously they had to respect the bans that were thrown at them. So they're like, all right, we'll just change up the game style here and play a late game, and I like it. I feel like they have good matchups, and I feel like Fuchs is. We all know Fuchs on Lux is something not to shrug about. So.
Yeah, definitely not. I went ahead and started an ad for all of you wonderful folks out there. Like I said, we have to go ahead and get that revenue rolling in. And overall, though, it looks like we have 85% of the people going on over to Smiley Face in this one. So they are most definitely wanting to see a game number 3. 100%.
Yep.
And Acadian said, "Yay, ads. He loves them. I knew. I played it just for you, Acadian." And he said, "Where's the beard?"
Where's the
I
beard,
have a
man?
beard. The beard is it's still here. Don't worry. It's not going anywhere.
We can show the beard real quick. There it is. I mean, in all its glory, right there.
Stop. Yeah, just in case.
You
I
love
was
to
just
see
playing with it earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, the beard is nice. I appreciate that. I condition it every day.
It's like if Mario didn't have a mustache, right?
Yeah, it would just be. I am so tempted to shave this off one day just for you guys, just to be like,
no.
Yeah, everyone would just be like, "Oh my god,
no. We don't know who you are anymore. Go away. Go away.
Yeah, when you come back when you have a beard, please go. Please go.
Oh man. Well, that's like a staple at this point, man. You can't do anything to it. It's like you have a beard meta. All right, and that's the meta of the beard. It's always like that.
Yep, that's true. I'll braid it. I'll get some beads up in there.
Okay.
We'll separate it. We'll go like down the middle, or do you just want like one straight just beard down? I can go either one. However you guys want it. We'll take a poll.
What does chat want? Yeah.
We're going to run that later. But game number 2 is underway, so we're going to go and pull that up for all of you fine folk out there. And it looks like I said, Team Redemption is now going to be on side blue, and then Lilac is going to be on side red. So they did do a slight change there. I love Callista. She's just a really good ADC. She doesn't get anywhere near the respect that she deserves.
Enough recognition. I mean, it's because she's so solely defined as a mid-game champion that there's no room for scaling as much as Callista's, kind of, or at least as much as other ADCs want to, because Callista wants to scale, but scale into the mid-game well and not do much outside of that besides being someone who throws the tanks in, who throws someone who's got the damage or the CC into the fight. I mean, yeah, it is funny because we got Sion going in, we have Alistar getting thrown, and then we have Seraphine to top it all off and just ult right on top of them. So I do like the combos on that team.
Yeah, Lilac is pretty legendary when it comes to the combo, but if the Lux Misfortune combo as well is not anything to balk at. Set is also, along with Volibear, the perfect engage for this comp. All Lux and Misfortune have to do is just stay in the back, and with Georgia being on Seraphine, that's just like the perfect setup right there, personally. You know what I mean? Like, everyone just stays in the back, tanks do tank things, everyone's fine.
Right. Alright, had to update the score right there real quick, and now we're in game 2. Do you think there's going to be a level 1 cheese? I don't think so. I think everybody's going to do 5-point and hopefully survive this time.
I genuinely like to see the invades. You know me.
Yeah.
I love invades. Invade all day, baby.
Especially I don't think it's feasible on either side. I mean, yeah, they sure do have Lux on Redemption, but not much else besides that. I mean, they have a pretty good front line on the side of Smiley Face, so.
Good point. I can't argue with logic here. That's the reason why you're here.
Remake? Uh-oh.
Oh. What happened?
I'm not sure. Oh.
Oh, I see. For you is
Yeah. Seraphine's item. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, she built a spell thief's edge instead of. Oh
Oh
no.
no!
I guess.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. That is so. I didn't even notice that till right now. It's not actually a remake, though, is it?
I
No, it's
guess
not. There.
not.
No, they were just saying.
Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, hate to see it. I gotta say that. You just, wow. If there was ever a you hate to see it moment, now would be the time.
Yeah, that's okay. She's gonna go back. She's just gonna have to get a little bit more gold than normal. She's gonna be slightly behind, but I still think, you know, with the amount of poking that she possesses, she's able to get free gold as well, is she not? Just
Yeah,
based off her.
she's able to get gold as long as you know, she's getting the last hits in, which with that item it's a little harder to do, but hey, I mean if she can do it, she can do it.
I mean, also by poking as well, does she not?
Yeah. So
Oh, there we go.
A lot of aggression.
Yeah, there we go. Very nice. 4U's doing a lot of damage now. Back on the bot side now. We do have a support and ADC change. So 4U's on ADC and Mr. Shmi is on support. Unidentified is back into the jungle as well. So 4U is now ADC and Magic has been taken out. And we have a nice early gank from Unidentified onto Omnivamp. Speaking of Unidentified, he has missed the last game, so he's got to make up for some action here. Gets a nice flash out of Omnivamp there, and very good, very good. Unidentified making up for lost ground. Can't complain about that. Get an early flash. Something that Sion pretty much needed because he was looking a little bit rough there, a little, you know, early on.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. But here we are, and I mean, no deaths yet, so.
No deaths as of yet. So yeah, we're looking at no pre-first minute blood, first blood. So that's a huge step in the right direction from last game, early on at least. And like we said, there was no invade, there was nothing like that. Okay, Repenta getting off some nice grass procs off with those Conqueror stacks coming through. The Haymaker, true damage is just unreal. I hate that move with the passion.
I actually I like that move.
Ooh!
It's very unique.
Oh, I mean, I hate going against it.
Well, true. Yeah, and I'm sure Repentant does right now, as well as he's forced to go back. Probably TP back, but so it's okay. The wave's gonna push in, but it'll pick up a little bit of that.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive trading on the top side. Like Omnivamp. Oh, there we go. We have a nice engage coming in from Mr. Shmi. Force the flash coming in from members. Reyna there to keep on backing up Shmi, not backing up Shmi, making Shmi back up. Unidentified is going to go to get out of there with the Kayn. That's something I like about Kayn. He can start fights and he can get out of fights very efficiently.
Right.
You know, if he's in danger, he just runs right through a wall. Don't worry.
Yep. He's certainly on a moderately long cooldown, but we do have it.
Coming in from Bangarang. Flash forward, gets a stun off onto 4U, forces the flash as well coming in from 4U. Shmi is deep diving there. Is he going to be able to get away? Yes, he is, but Bangarang's on the hunt. Flash forward from Reyna, tries to get the kill. No, she is not able to get it. Members is on the run as well. 4U does not pick up the first blood. It's going to go ahead and go on over to... Oh, wow, that was going on to Reyna. She did get Shmi there. Nice engage coming in for you. Looking to get the kill. He does not get it. Great teleport coming in from Omnivamp to pick up that kill. And Repented had to use teleport to get back in the lane, so there was no follow-up from him. And that's going to be 2 for 1. Yes, Reyna picks up first blood. Picks up another kill for Repented. Gets an no assist. 2 assists on over to members there. That was all right. I think that's pretty good.
That was not bad for Redemption. Not entirely bad for Smiley Face as well, though. Just
Fuchs also used teleport to cover topside. I don't know if you noticed that. She just did right now to make sure that...
I was wondering why Aaron was mid, but yeah, he's covering for Fuchs at least.
Or are they trading?
I think they were just picking up each other's waves because obviously Aaron TP'd bot lane, and then I guess Fuchs responded by pushing the wave and then TPing top just to catch the wave up there, which is very smart to do. As long as you're catching waves, you're doing a good job.
And vision control is something that we noticed a lot of from last game as well. Lots of clears coming in from Team Redemption. They had a lot of control around objectives like Dragon and Baron and Rift Scuttle most of the time. You know, picking up those little scuttles were also pretty nice as well. Okay, some huge damage coming in from Reyna. Oh my god, that's exactly what you need coming in. Conqueror, though, I don't know about that. Press the attack. I mean, Conqueror is doing wonders for her right now, so I have no room to argue whatsoever. I might take a little bit of pointers myself. But typically I would have went press the attack in this situation. How are you feeling about the Conqueror versus the press the attack?
I feel like either one works. Conqueror is much more of a late game kind of scaling option, in case you can't really press the attack early on, which it kind of is, you know, hard to do a lot of damage to a beefy Alistar at the beginning of the game. So Conqueror, you know, and press the attack, definitely both viable options here.
And Redemption picking up the first dragon, which is an Ocean Drag. We have an Infernal Drake coming up next, which means either a Cloud or Mountain Soul. And with the amount of tanks that we have, we have a Hex Flash forward. Great knockup coming in. Does a nice headbutt to go ahead and separate him. Members is on the run. Down goes Lulu on over to For You. Great gank also coming in from topside. Repentance is going to pick up the kill on the Omnivamp. For You is now on the run for his life. Can he make it out? Yes, he does. Nice headbutt coming in from Shmee. Is it going to be enough? Boom. One more smack and down goes Reyna. For You getting out by the skin of his teeth. Nice re-engage coming in from Team Lilac on the bot side there. Great job.
Yeah, for sure. You know, For You is kind of almost getting out of that one dead rather than alive, but he was on at least 10 health.
Yeah.
That was close. Too close for comfort, in my opinion. But did pick up the kills, so all is well for them.
That is all that matters. I love Kalista. Once again, she's completely underrated in my opinion. You just sit there in the back. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. Get those spears. And then next thing you know, you got 50 spears sticking out of you, and then you just explode.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see that Georgia actually did pick up a Doran's ring after all. TP's back to lane, thankfully, and now she's going to pick up more gold than before, so we'll see that build escalate a little bit faster here. Fuchs is pressuring Georgia a lot, and Bangerang looking for something?
She is down by 20 farm, but I would say having 0, 0, and 0 is a victory all on its own. Yeah. 100%. Being accidentally picking up a support item is not an easy thing to go up against, especially a Lux.
Right. So, I mean, hey, it's better than giving kills, you know? Gotta start somewhere, and Bangerang was looking mid, and now he's looking to Herald, and it might be responded to by Unidentified here.
No, there's going to be a 3v1 here. Okay, Repented there is looking to get a little bit of support. A nice Lux ult coming in. Fuchs is strong. Down goes Unidentified. Repented is on the run now in this 3v1 situation. Rift Scuttle is on the hunt as well. We're going to have a flash forward, and ulti underneath tower. He's going to pick up the kill, but at what cost? All right, and a nice follow-up coming in on from Volibear, and down goes Bangerang. We have him picking up the kill. What did that go on over to? Shmee?
Yes. Wait. Oh, and, well,
no.
On the backside.
No, Georgia picked that up.
Yeah, Georgia picked that up, and then Aaron actually was slain by the tower. You didn't see it, but he couldn't get out of tower range by the time that Repented got that kill, so... Good job from Lilac to actually pick up the pace here and catch a couple kills. Might be a free Rift Herald here. As
they stopped them from getting the Rift Scuttle, though, so that's not bad. It was a great job from Unidentified to pull their attention away from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he's picking it up right now. Volibear's going to run right past it. He's straight to topside to get a gank. Let's see if we're going to go ahead and look at it. Yes, it is. For You is down there, along with Mr. Shmee. They're going to go ahead and engage onto Bangerang, doing a great job kiting away. Ulti's going to be popped by Mr. Shmee. That's a lot of spears looking inside Bangerang, and down goes Bangerang. There goes that nice engage, re-engage from the ultimate. Lots of stuns coming out. The Haymaker's going to try to do what it can, but not enough. And down goes Omnivamp. Mr. Shmee's going to accidentally pick up that one, probably with the Ignite. But that is all right. 2 for 0. Great job from Redemption there. I'm sorry, from Lilac.
Yeah.
Smiley face.
Okay.
Fuchs combo's coming through, but it's a 3v1, and now she's on the hunt or run for her life. Flashes over the wall, very nice. Woo!
Wow.
Fuchs,
Fuchs is
where you saw his whole life.
testing the damage here. Almost got for you. Just a little bit more damage, and you got the
Oh
one
my
shot
God.
already. It's so close to being there. You love to see it.
His life flashed before his eyes, 100%. You can saw he was like, "Ah, oh, damn it."
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the first tower.
Yes, it is. I don't know if Omni should be there. He should be giving that up. A nice flash forward, the ultimate popped in from Omni. He's gonna go to pull both of them forward there, but the head was gonna get him out of the haymaker.
Oh
He's gonna be able to
my god!
My God, man.
What
the
a
saves
headbutt!
for you, saved by just a headbutt. That's ridiculous. Serpenti's gonna go in and get a nice knockup on the Reyna on the bot side there. The action does not stop. Members is gonna do what he can, but it's just bouncing off of Repented like nothing. Another great binding coming in from Fuchs. Most of the damage, or I'm sorry, health from Unidentified coming through.
Woo!
And oh, that ulti, very close.
Very close. Wow. This has been a game. And...
Unreal.
Ooh,
And straight flash forward, picks up the kill onto Kane, and it's going to be another Drake on Team Lilac. Very nice steal, and it is a Mountain Soul that we will be seeing. Holy cow, we said we wanted to see a Game 3, and they are not disappointing right now.
Yeah, true. You know, every time I vote for the opposite team, the opposite team wins, I guess. But that's neither here nor there.
It's like the Drake curse. Whoever he like roots for either loses or gets injured or something.
Pretty much. It's okay though, because I'm excited to see their kind of comeback return here. And Mr. Shmee has been doing an absolute fantastic job for you, actually.
Oh, yep, he's going to go ahead and get a lot of spears into Omnivamp, though. The Haymaker's going to go ahead and save a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to see. Yes, it is going to get damage for you.
Man.
Just like, I will take every spear you will give me. He's just kiting along the way. That dash is underrated. I think people underrate, like I said, Kalista all the way around. I'll just keep on saying it time and time again. Thank you for playing her. You have reinvigorated the spark inside me to play Kalista again.
That's 2 sparks, I think, this series. So.
That is, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Indeed.
Oh my God.
Well
just
deserved.
learning so much.
Yeah, true, very true. Yeah, so now Lilac, or Smiley Face, is now 5k gold ahead. Kind of the opposite effect last game is now in favor of Lilac this game. And honestly, all of their members aren't doing bad this game. So
From Lilac or
yeah, from Lilac.
Okay, all right. Smiley Face or Redemption. Yep, from Lilac. Yeah, 5-1, 2-1. This is definitely a 180 from last game. Oh, the Sign ulti is gonna land onto Reyna there, and so does the Seraphine ulti as well. Is it gonna be enough? Yeah, that's a lot of damage, but the shields are coming through clutch with members there, and it's not enough. 4 members from Team Smiley Face to take her down. A lot of stuff used just to get the misfortune, but they're also going to pick up that tier 1 mid tower as well. And no, they don't have Rift Scuttle up available. That's going to be up in 2 minutes here. The game has been paused.
All right. Well, so we kind of we could unpack this game thus far, because a lot has happened in a very short amount of time. Pre 15 minutes, there's already 16 kills. This is very, very action-packed, which I thought it wasn't going to be. I thought both teams were just going to, kind of play defensively, but no, both are just beating each other senseless this game. And it just so happens that Lilac is actually, ahead on gold, not on dragons though, which is surprising.
It's not even like they're team fighting. It's just like they're getting caught out constantly. Like the rundown that Kalista Alistar provides, with the Kalista being able to kite and dash forward, along with her ultimate, the headbutt Q combo coming in from Alistar. Like there's a lot of lockdown on Team Smiley Face right now, and they are capitalizing heavily on it. And look at that. We already have an Immortal Shield Bow coming out from Kalista. We have the Rylionn. We have the Leandries. We have the Everfrost. No, I'm sorry. Frostfire Gauntlet, and we don't quite yet have, what is that going to be, a Sunderer on Kane, I believe, or is that going to be a Gore Drink?
It's looking like a Gore Drinker with that Iron Spike whip, so yeah, probably
I can't see what that is. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. My apologies. Couldn't see what that
that's
was. I thought
okay.
it was a Shane or something. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, no
yeah,
Moonstone on the Seraphine, opting for damage instead. I mean, that's fair because they don't have a lot of AP damage. So, and I mean, it's not like Georgia is doing poorly in the lane. So having that extra damage on Fuchs is actually quite nice. Especially if you hit those ults, that's even more damage to your team, who kind of already is doing very well on their own without the Moonstone. So, very appropriate buy there. And it looks like they have reconnected. So maybe they will return in a second to the game. But we still have
yes,
yet to see Mythics on the other side. However, they are getting there. And Fuchs is putting out damage. Just not as much as they need. He's been, chunking for you down to a little bit of health, and he just needs a little bit more. Maybe once he finishes Ludens, he'll be able to hit that spike that he needs to be able to one-shot people.
yes, absolutely. And opting in for the early Grievous wounds against the Seraphine, it's kind of helpful. I personally would have just finished out the Mythic though. That 800 gold would have been pretty nice to have dedicated towards that. And also going in for the early Dark Seal, I would have tried to get a lot more roaming done as possible early game, so that way you can really capitalize on the Dark Seal. If not, then I would just stick with like the typical, Doran's Ring, try to just do like trade as much as possible, because you do have a lot of burst. Even though she can heal it up, she's going to be wasting her mana doing the heals. So I still think it would be in Lux's favor to do that. But he's doing very well, 0-0 and 2. 117 farms, so he's doing everything right in terms of his lane. It's just that Seraphine with the ulti, the shield, she's able to just provide a lot more support for her team overall.
Right. I totally agree. And yeah, I feel like this is going pretty good in the ways of Lilac, but I feel like Redemption is still in this, per se. Like I was saying, they haven't hit their mythics yet, so we'll see if they can, climb their way back out of this 5K gold lead that they've gone behind. They do have 2 dragons, so it's not all is lost, I feel, for them.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, we saw the combos coming in, especially from Reyna's Misfortune last game. I think it's kind of a mistake to keep on giving her the Misfortune. It's definitely a comfort pick. She's super strong on it. She knows exactly when to use the ultis. She's patient. So the only thing is like lack of mobility, but even still, then you have to get through a set, a Volibear, a Lulu, and a Lux. Like, that's kind of a hard task to get to the Misfortune.
Right. I do
So
agree there, but hey, everything's still on the table for now, and I mean, if at this point, if we do get a game 3, that might change. So we'll have to see. Uh, I do know that Misfortune Lulu, not the strongest combo, because generally you want to pair Lulu with an ADC that can actually just do a lot of auto attack damage. With the attack speed steroid that you get from Lulu, it's very very good combo. But hey, if they wanted to play this kind of comp that just revolves around Aaron, we know the beast that he is, going in and knocking people back or in to the rest of his team, then maybe Misfortune Alt might actually do a lot of damage here.
yeah, no, it definitely can. And picking up questionables like a collector, things like that, just to guarantee these kills.
Yeah,
They are kind of tanky, so I would say collector would be pretty advantageous for the Alistar and the Scion. And the Seraphine, the Callista, the Kayn, they're squishy enough to where it's going to be up to Lux and Misfortune to pretty much burst them with their ultis.
yeah,
And then, if need be, have Set come in and clean up with his ulti and, hard engage that he does.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, I think the Lulu just has to stay back and pretty much peel for the 2 backline carries for them, as Volibear and Set tear up the front line. So yeah, and I mean, just looking at the CS here, it's looking kind of even all around. There are a few behinds here and there, but hey, it's not too bad. So all in all, not bad for
No,
both
can't really
teams.
complain. Like they have the capabilities of being able to come back. They do have both dragons, so that is something that they do have going for them is jungle objectives. They did pick up the first Rift Scuttle, I believe. No, they didn't. I believe Smiley Face picked that up.
Yeah.
But they still have the Infernal and the Ocean Drake. Mountain Souls or Mountain Drake is going to be up at 242. If they can get a Mountain Soul, that's going to be giant. To have a Volley Bear and a set with a Mountain Soul, that's a very tough barrier to get through. Especially coming in also with the heals from the Lulu and the Lux. I mean, that's just you're asking for a very, very bad time, or dedicate one of your items to a Prowler's Claw or something.
Well,
if that's gonna happen.
There's a very good possibility that either Kane, maybe not even Kane because he's going probably Ross here, but it's a very good chance that him or Callista might even build Serpent's Fang, considering there's so much shielding on the other side. It's very, very possible.
Is it Serpent's Fang the one that does the damage for the shields, not Prowler's Claw?
No, Prowler's Claw. Yeah, Prowler's Claw is the mythic item that allows you to dash towards a enemy. So,
okay, yeah, I was thinking of your thing with the shields. I just called it. My apologies, but yes, that's exactly what I meant. That's why you are here, my friend.
It's all right.
Serpent's Bane, Prowler's Claw. It all sounds. There's Chem Tank this and Chem Chainsaw that. And...
Who cares about 80 assassin items? To be honest with you,
80
we don't need those.
Well, it's good to also know the correct items for people that might not know anything. I should stop giving them misinformation. Like, yeah, Prowler's Claw bursts all the shields. It's like, no. That's Serpent's Fang, my dude.
Yeah, that is Serpent's Fang, but that's okay. A little bit of funny banter going on in the chat, waiting for... I don't even remember who left. I think it was Mr. Shmee, no? Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shmee on the winning side right now.
It's been so long, I just forgot. A little blimp in my mind, forgot about that one. But, yeah.
Yeah, PC problems right now. That is okay. All right, just send me his username and password. I'll log in on my account and cast from the live game itself. And I'll do my best to not give out any spoilers.
Rylionn game. Hey!
Oh, let's go, boy! Oh. And I like Alistar too. I can go Alistar.
Oh, you can rock Alistar. All right, that's pretty cool. I don't know very many Alistar players myself, but I feel like he's a cool champion. I probably wouldn't play him if I main support. Honestly, if I main support, I would definitely main like those AP mages. Like, I mean, I already main Zillion, who is a support. But can also be played mid. That's why I play him. But it would be probably Zillion, Vel'Koz.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just Brand, yeah.
Zareth,
Swain, yeah. I feel like I would main those.
You're every ADC's worst nightmare.
Yeah, pretty much.
You bust out a Vel'Koz, we're gonna have some problems.
Well, like when Pantheon support was a thing, like I was hardcore thinking about just playing Pantheon support, but I opted not to. I hated that. Yeah.
I hated that meta so much. It was all he had to do was just jump in, and there wasn't anything I could do about it.
Yep.
Nothing.
Exactly. And then get out and walk away. It's like, that's balanced.
So Wookie's my worst nightmare.
Oh man!
Don't worry, Mustard. You'll never have to see this bad man on the Rift.
Yep. Just the other plat teams for now, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Zillion though. I feel like that would be my best, my absolute best, because I love playing Zillion. I know there's not a lot of mains out there who play Zillion, but he is one of my all-time favorite champions from the beginning. Like, I started playing Zillion very early on when he had the instant double bomb combo. You didn't have to aim that. You just plop, stunned. Yep, that's a kill. Easy.
Zillion is just one of those infuriating. It's like having those Maokai saplings. You can't destroy them. it's pretty difficult to dodge them, especially their AoE. Like, it's like, oh my god, I hate those things. Yeah,
Yeah.
those two are top tier, like, most irritating supports in my opinion. Maokai, a good Maokai, and a Zillion are just
Wow.
irritating,
Okay.
but
Huh. All right. I'll keep
it's
that in mind if I ever face you on the Rift, on one of these scrims or something.
no.
I'll be like, hey guys, I'm going bot just so I can face Rylionn here. They're just gonna have to accept it, and then my support's gonna be like, I have to play mid. All right.
Just oh god, yeah. I mean, your ultimate as Zillion is just so unreal. You get to speed up
Dude,
everybody.
it's on
It's
a 20-second cooldown in the late game. Like, how can you beat that?
you can't. It revives
Exactly.
everybody.
Yeah.
Every single team fight. Yeah, don't worry, I got you. Yeah, don't worry, I got you. It's like, dude, what am I supposed to help me? Help me.
If you face Rylionn, I'm not supporting him.
My own support is abandoning me just off rip.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know. The PC problems look like they
Yeah.
might not be resolved.
Not yet. Wonder if there's an indication of when Mr. Shmi might be coming back, but I doubt that is the case.
If need be, we could pull up one of my Clash games. We can just play that for right now. Oh, it's a Windows update. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't see that earlier. Oh, God.
I mean, I saw that, but like, I don't know if this is the case for anybody, but my Windows updates are relatively quick. I don't know if that's a thing for anybody else, but like, I don't know if it's just like a PC hardware thing, but because I have a pretty powerful computer. I have a SSDs, and obviously with an SSD, everything loads quicker. So I would imagine that has something to do with the Windows update as well. But okay, my Windows updates are quick. Yeah, like I don't know. I guess if he doesn't have a good computer, yeah, that might take a little bit longer than expected.
Yeah, he has some special sites updating at the moment, so we'll just leave it at that.
Yep, that's all right. Laptop, he's traveling for work. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep,
That'll
got you.
that'll do it.
Yep. Once you bust out that HP or Dell work laptop.
Oh yeah. That's casters, do
yes.
you love me?
Of course.
Of course, identified. We like.
I can't type it.
How many games have we casted with? That's another thing I want to know. How many of the players' games we've actually casted? Because I know we don't cast every single game, but that would be an interesting stat, don't you think? Like unidentified, probably like I don't know. We've seen him.
I don't know. I want to say like at least 70%.
70%.
I've casted a lot of unidentified. Do you mean like you and I as a combo, or do you just mean like
just individually?
I've casted a lot of unidentified's games.
Well, you've casted like probably the most games out of anybody on the Twitch team, for sure.
Seen a lot of people.
You have seen a lot of people. I know that I've casted for unidentified before. I don't remember like how many specifically. Same case for most of these players. Like we've seen Reyna, we've seen Fuchs. Like, yeah, it'll be an interesting thing to know. Just like a random Twitch fact. But
yeah, we've seen every member on Team Lilac. We've seen Repented, Unidentified, Darnum Stillino, For You, and Shmi. Member of ADC mains is new to me. Same thing with Bangarang. I've definitely casted for Omni, Fuchs, and Reyna, of course, in the previous split that we had. So I think the only two new members that we've had are ADC, members of ADC mains, and Bangarang.
Persona says unidentified used to be a gold brown with duck mark. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Psycho took us. Oh, yeah. I remember when that switch happened. Yeah. Okay. See, I'm not losing my mind. I'm
That is
remembering.
cool.
I'm remembering things from Spring Split, guys. Don't worry. All right.
Yeah, that 14-week split. I will remember every game, every
Oh
result.
yeah, it's probably worse for you because you had a lot more games streamed than me. But
It was, it was kind of unreal. That was such a long split. This
yeah.
one is only what, 10 weeks, I believe.
Yeah. Is it? Maybe. I'm
I'm not
actually
sure.
not 100% on that, but probably something like that.
I
Something
know we
like that.
split. Yeah, and taking care of real life things, totally relatable, understandable, and always got to take care of your real life things before league. That's 100%. Like, I know people say you can't pause league, but technically you could put it, in your life on pause. Not exactly when you get into game though, but always take care of your body, take care of yourself, take care of your surroundings. Don't let league take
League
over.
is life. I don't know what you're
Kidding.
talking about, dude. I already tuned out from what you're saying. I'm like, League is life to me.
I play League every day. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely a big part of my life. From practice to casting. I want it to be a permanent part of my life. I want it to be my job.
Yeah,
That is the goals one
that
day.
is both of our goals. Interestingly enough, Riot Games actually I think it was on a Twitter post. They said they're hiring like 1,000 new employees, and I'm like, oh.
Really?
Yeah, in the next year, they are planning to hire 1,000 employees, which is interesting because that's gonna mean we get stuff like the new animated series quicker. We get the new games that are coming out for Riot Games quicker. We get pretty much everything on a timely manner and not have to wait so long. I mean, they waited 10 years to pretty much start all this stuff, and now they're kicking it into high gear. So pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to work for Riot, if you did work for Riot, like what would you want to do? Like
So
videography?
well, there's a lot of things I want to work like for in real life. Like I could be a videographer. I could I do VFX design like for games.
Yeah.
So I would be fine doing that. Like a lot of the effects in this game are not that complicated, um, and are very unique to each champion, right? So like that would be something cool to work on, right? Um, yeah, you have to have 200 years experience. Exactly. That's the problem right there. You have to have so much experience. But what about you? If you, I mean, I already think I know the answer to this, but if you had to work at Riot, what would you do?
If I could, of course, I would want to be in the esports realm. I definitely would like to do casting. I have to, of course, learn a lot more. Um,
Janitor. Fetch coffee. I can see you. You know,
I
you
must
know,
have got high
you
hopes
walk,
for being
you
such a
walk,
Riot
you
train.
walk by several other employees that are like, "Nice beard, bro."
Thank you, thank you. Would you like a latte?
Oh man.
Yeah, no, casting would be the most fun. Not gonna lie, I have to organizing, doing events, things like that. That would
Yeah.
be cool. Setting up like high school collegiate teams, just getting connections in scholarships. I would like to go that route. That would be very ideal and very fun. I would say just reaching out to the community, getting to play with people. So that means I'm gonna have to learn to not tilt anymore. Oh, and we had Reyna leave. It looked like.
Oh my gosh, the chat
Wha-
is kind of roasting you, bro.
I'll be water boy all day. Put me on TSM. Put me on C9. I'll 100 Thieves. Dignitas.
Yeah, true, true. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting involved. I think getting your foot in the door with organizations leads to other things. So like, as much as we joke about it, like doing those things might land you something else within that job. So like, I mean, if you get a janitor job at Riot Games, I'm already proud of you.
All day. All day. I would
Yeah.
I would definitely be a janitor for Riot Games. You need that doorknob polish? I will make that the most shiniest doorknob in this entire building. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
And
So
all right, did Reyna actually quit? Or I had
I do not
some
know.
banter in chat saying that she got tired. I know it is a little bit late for the East Coast people
Gonna
like myself.
just checking my Discord just in case something came up. But no, I don't know what the situation might be right now. I mean, it's been what, like about 10
Couple
minutes.
minutes. Yeah.
It's about 10 minutes right now.
And even though they are looking pretty good, I don't know if they're going to be with the automatic forfeit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are officially for this. I probably should.
I believe the rules are if it's longer than 10-minute pause, the game is forfeited for the opposite team that has the AFK or lever or whatever you know the disconnector.
How long has it been already? It's been roughly around.
I think it's roughly. It's been roughly almost 10 minutes, maybe.
I wish there was a pause timer somewhere, but unfortunately it does not do that. Yeah, I would hope not. I mean, they are definitely ahead right now, and this would close out the series 2-0 in Team Redemption's favor.
Yeah. Yeah, you better hang on to those 300 points. They're very valuable right now. Sitting at this, I don't know if it's just in my head, but I hear this sound coming from the game.
Yep, I hear it too.
Okay. I'm not going crazy. I think it's one of Leona's or Lulu's things.
Yeah, I think it's Lulu's
the shield.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I hear it. And it's just like, what is that noise?
At least it's not like her hutifying. She's just not like hutify, like stuck on loop.
Yeah, that would be terrible, and I would be going insane by now. Much like Lulu is. So,
wait, Reyna's not here no longer.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know, man. This is a conundrum for sure.
Yeah, I'm very unsure as well.
There's Reyna. Okay.
It is back. It looks like they might just continue with the 5v4 possibly. Now, because there's been a pause, it is going to have a delay in the game starting itself. So please keep in mind when we do resume the game, it's going to be frozen for quite a bit. It's not us. It's not our internet. It is just the way that the game plays itself.
Yep, sure.
This is kind of a long pause, so I'm not sure how long it will be frozen for.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, I guess we're back in it.
Yes, we are. All right. So now that that dreadful new Lulu shield sound is gone, and I'm permanently scarred.
Okay. So, yeah, this was looking really good for Lilac. Let's see if they could actually pull off the 4v5. I'm really interested to know. And there's that pause we were just talking about. So, it only happened for just a second there.
Oh wow. Okay. Thank God. All right. And since it passed the 10-minute mark, doesn't the team have to forfeit? If that's the official rules,
I'm not.
Of course, have to follow it, but I don't know how long that was. It seemed like 10 minutes.
It seemed like 10 minutes. I feel like they made a gentleman's agreement to just go on with the game. Maybe that had something to do with Reyna's leaving the game, maybe. But
yeah, not too sure, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and see if they're able to go ahead and adapt to the 5v4 situation.
I mean, yeah, they are ahead by almost 6k now, so definitely, I mean, even though a lot of that gold is still on Mr. Shmee, so that's kind of shortened a little bit, but they are ahead nonetheless, with a few turrets down already. And Aaron Omnivamp taking more trades from Repented, starting to lose them, slowly but surely.
Yeah, he's a tanky boy. I mean, that's kind of what Scion is built for, is these later, mid to late game type of champion, you know. Omnivamp Set in general, he's a good early game champion, kind of weak in the mid, and then strong again in the late game, you know, because he has that Haymaker with the double shield and the
Yeah.
2 damage and everything else that comes along with Set's kit. But I just tend to notice like this trend that sets are good early and then they kind of fall off and then they come back really strong again. We have a teleport coming into the mid lane though, unidentified, looking to get a member of ADC mains caught out, but he's going to flash over that wall there, and they're going to pick up a nice Rift Herald. Even in the 4v5, they are still kind of menacing.
Yeah, they definitely are scared, or at least Team Redemption is scared of walking into any of these members because they're all doing relatively well. They are going to contest this dragon, though, as 5.
Yes, they will, and I wonder if this is going to be the make or break point of the game itself. All right, Sion's going to go ahead and ulti in here. He's not going to hit anybody, though, unfortunately. A nice engage from Volleyball onto the back line there. One member is down, and down goes Bangarang as well. And we have a nice engage coming in from Misfortune onto the back line. Members of ADC mains is on the run. All right, Reyna and Unidentified are back. A nice ulti is not going to go ahead and hit everybody, though. We have a slight pause there. Unidentified is going to engage onto Reyna. Down goes Reyna. He's going to pick that up. Focus the attention onto Fuchs. Now picks up a double kill. Omnivamp's looking to get one of the kills. Picks up one, picks up not the other. Unfortunately, that's going to be 4 members down for 0. Wow. And they are just going to go ahead and walk right on in there, take over that dragon, and then walk right on out. So even in the 4v5 situation, they are still a big problem.
Yeah, that is impressive, to say the least. And I feel like Lilac is tearing this up. Like, they are just doing one thing after the other, and Redemption is getting further and further behind.
Yeah, I personally did not like the fact that Misfortune and Lulu ran off to go fight somebody and separated from their team after Volibear already did that hard engage, and then decided to follow up and then stand in the middle of them in ulti. That was not that was not good. That was not good positioning from Misfortune for that fight there, and it cost them 4 lives and a dragon, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, Reyna should have been a little bit further back. They might have been overstepping the bounds, seeing that there is no Mr. Shmee, but there's still a lot of damage coming out from Team Lilac's side, so they're going to have to be a little bit more careful how they position in these fights. Repented was on 1 health, and Aaron Omnivamp almost got that kill, but not quite. So it was just kind of an unfortunate. He tried to flash in and get that last auto. He got the auto, but it didn't kill him as he was expecting it to. Just kind of unfortunate, but
not as big, but Sion's got some shields too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Warrior's just doing a great job, though, into the bot side. 7-1-4, has a 700 gold bounty on him. George is also doing absolutely amazing. 3-0-3 in the mid lane there. Like, this is exactly what they want to be doing, and it's unfortunate that Shmee's not here right now to keep on following up and keep up the momentum, but they're doing a great job on their own. Did that spear just go right through her without hitting?
I feel like you're right. I saw that, and I don't know what to say.
Like, I could have sworn that went straight through Lulu, like right through her.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh man.
Disconnected again.
Riot
so,
Games,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're delayed.
Yeah, just Riot Games things. Yeah, and this is looking like a very, very interesting game, because now what does Lilac actually need to prioritize now? Because are they going to go for picks? Are they going to go for just straight objective fighting? Are they going to, have to deal with Set, who is currently in the side lane while the rest of the team is on the other side of the map? How are they going to deal with that? That would be a question.
That kind of does put him in a bad situation, and George is trying to do what she can. Lands a really nice charm.
Whoa!
Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. Almost gets a Set ulti on her, but not in time before that last tower hit. Great job from Georgia defending it against the Set. Kind of unfortunate that Omnivamp was just a little bit too far pushed, took all those tower hits. Wow, great job.
Yep, and I guess my question was answered there. And For You's Getting caught out
Ooh,
here.
he's got a lot of spears inside of Bangarang though. Let's see if he's able to do it. No, he's not. Rain is stupid strong with the Kraken Slayer coming through. We saw the damage coming in last game from Misfortune and Reyna. I can't believe they actually allowed her to get through it twice. That's kind of unreal.
Yeah. Well, that's a huge shutdown, and now...
Big 1,000 gold.
Yeah. So that's gonna change things a little bit. They are still 6,000 total gold behind, but looks like Unidentified is gonna pick up the last tier 1 tower on the side of Redemption here.
Very nice. Yeah, I think for Team Redemption, I'm sorry, they need to go ahead and play to their strengths, which is we have 5 members, they have 4. I know, as crappy as that is for them, and it's not fair. We need to take full advantage of that. We'll keep on having Set go into the side lane. Everybody else, Set or I guess technically Misfortune could, but I don't want to leave her by herself. She has no escape whatsoever. So only Set. Go to the side lane, keep farming, keep pushing, just being a menace there. And though it will be difficult, I'm pretty confident that we can hold them back in a 4v4 situation.
Well, yeah, I mean, they saw that they could take on at least 4U as 2, and I do agree that Set should be the one side laning, taking full advantage of that, but that didn't really work out the first time, so maybe they might adjust how they play, maybe just play for team fights, because they know every time it's going to be a 5v4. No
we have a point coming in from the back line. Repentant is trying to set up, though. Really nice. Does get the knock up onto Reyna. Absolutely no vision. Gets a nice ulti in as well. The heal's going to go off. Kane's going to hop into the back line now as well. Fuchs is going to come in with a nice Lux ult. Get some damage done. Seraphine's in the back line doing what she can. Lands a double stun. Very nice. Down goes Volibear. Almost Banger is doing what he can. Misfortune's going to set up really nice for a position ulti, but not enough damage coming through. And that's going to be 2 members down now for Team Repented, and look at that. Alistair's gonna go ahead and reconnect as well. Reyna's doing a lot, but she can't get out in time, and that's gonna be 1 member down for just 3. Very nice. I mean, that was a great flank from Repented to set that up.
Yeah.
Catch Reyna out there in the very beginning, and then the follow-up from everybody else on Team Smiley Face. That was unreal.
That was amazing, yeah, and I don't even know if he knew that was warded or not. I guess as they walked by, he figured out, oh, this isn't warded. I could probably catch someone out who will randomly walk near this bush, and sure enough, Reyna unfortunately was the victim here, and Mr. Shmee is back on the field.
Yes, he is. They said, don't worry, Shmee, we'll get you covered for right now. You just worry about your computer, and we'll take care of the rest from here. So he is back. That's going to put Team Redemption in a kind of not even worse favorable favor right now, as they were having difficult enough time in a 5v4.
Yeah, and that means that Repentant can now do as he please and pretty much act as Mundo here against Set on the bottom side of the map.
All right, and Baron is up. Dragon's going to be up in the next 4 minutes because they just picked up the second Mountain Drag. Lands a knock-up, though, onto Omnivan. Repentant is half health and really low on mana. Omni is not messing around this time. He does have the steel plate caps and a bramble, though. Is it going to be enough? The ulti comes through, flash forward, and gets the shutdown onto Repentant. The secondary form, though, is kind of deadly. The grass rocks are going to come off. Is he going to have enough time to do it? Oh, direct-to-camera doesn't care, and he knows he's not going to get the kill.
Yeah, good job from Aaron to actually be able to withstand the Scion now, because he wasn't able to do that before, and now he is, so very good job over there on the bottom side of the map. Meanwhile, a fight may break out here.
Yeah, around. Oh, nice Volibear engage. Bangerman's going to go to flash forward. Doesn't get stunned. Now he does, but no follow-up yet from the rest of his team. A nice charm's going to land through only onto Bangerman, though. They're going to go and take it down with Fuchs is going to go on and land a huge ulti along with the Misfortune. Oh my god, that was crazy. Alistar's there, but it's not enough, and the shutdown goes on over to Set. That's the combo we've been waiting for. That's the Fuchs that we know, love, and want to see more of.
Wait.
Oh my god, what a turnaround.
What was that? The Lulu ulted the Set after the fight was over. I don't know about that one. But yeah, great job for them making their way. It was just a zoning Lulu ult, I guess. Anyways, yeah, that was a really good comeback time for them. They have, shortened the gold lead by a little bit now. It's only about 5K, so that's doing well for them. They weren't able to get Baron or any other objective off of that, though, which is unfortunate, but hey, you gotta take what you can take, right? And that puts them on the right track. They just need to keep setting up that combo of the Fuchs ult and the Reyna ult, and they'll be just fine going into these next fights.
And Bangarang, he did great. He flashed in, he did his stun, he did everything correct, except that there was just no one near him in order to follow up. So he kind of got popped immediately, but he did set his team up really nice for the rest of that fight, causing Seraphine to use her ulti early. Oh, we have a nice engage coming in from Mr. Shmee and for you, and down goes Lulu immediately. That was no contact.
Yeah, if only Member didn't use his ult earlier, I think he would have been nice with it there. But that's neither here nor there. Wonder if Team Lilac will go ahead and maybe do Baron here.
Yes, they will. I mean, with the Kalista, as fed as she has a Bloodthirster and, oh, what is this? I just called it earlier.
Runon's, Shield Bow, and Runon's, yep.
Yeah, like, she's got 3 whole items. Reyna she's been able to pick up a lot because of those shutdowns, plus she's at 205 farm right now, so she's not doing terrible. Not in the least bit.
Right.
But Kalista is just, with the Rend, is too much.
Yep. Almost gets the Spear Smite off, but Unidentified is there to pick up the actual Smite kill on the Baron. And now Dragon is the next objective up in a minute. There's going to be a lot of vision control for that.
Definitely don't want to give 3 mountains on over to an Alistar Scion. That's looking for a bad time. You know, if you only have 1 tank, Volibear, you want to try to get him as tanky as possible. And he's kind of going Sunderer, Zonia, so he's definitely going AP, like, damage. He's just going straight damage right now. No tank in the least bit, and
wait,
I don't know if that's going to play off well.
Wait, Volibear has his Zonias.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting pickup item there.
I have no idea why. I don't play I don't play jungle, so I thought that was normal, and I guess not.
I haven't seen it often, but hey, it's if it's working, it's working. I don't suggest doing anything different from what you have planned. And now, what the plan is to get this dragon off each other's hands here. So let's see who engages first. Wow, Fuchs with the damage onto 4U. Insane. That was only an ultimate. Nothing else.
I didn't even see it. The camera was focused on the damage coming in. Oh, very nice binding coming through onto Repented there. But for you is going to go ahead and zone him off as well. Seraphine with some big poking as well. That Leandry's is such a problem. Shmee's going to go ahead and hop onto the back line there, but he's going to get caught out. Gets the ulti off and the headbutt onto Bangarang, though. The rest of the team is there. Seraphine's going to get a 2-man ulti off. Very nice. Bulb's going to follow up with an ulti of his own. He's going to get taken down both by 4U. Unidentified. It's really deep into the back line. Gets a nice 2-man knockup. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Traded his life just to keep them off in the Mountain Drake. And this is going to be the 3rd one here. Repented. Doing a zoning of his own. Oh, very nice from Shmee to go ahead and keep them from going over the wall. And that's going to be a nice pickup, though.
Oh.
Run. She's going to get knocked up from... Oh! There, Fuchs with another giant ulti. Shmee getting bursted really low, but no dice. Unidentified is the only one that's going to fall on the team, and it's going to go right back up to an 8K gold lead in Smiley Face's favor. And they're going to go ahead and take their empowered minions and rush down to tier 2 bot lane tower. Very nice.
Wow, what a fight! It was looking okay for Lilac, and I mean, there was a Unidentified was alone, so he was picked off quite early on in that team fight, but that's quite all right. They kind of cleaned out the rest of Redemption's team there and successfully picked up their 3rd dragon over on Lilac, so looking good.
Yeah, Unidentified did a good job of keeping the enemy team's attention away from Dragon, so diving onto the back line, forcing the Zonias, or at least the stopwatch to be procced. You know, he did a great job. He did exactly what he was meant to do outside of getting the Dragon. The rest of his team can handle that task.
Right, exactly. And, yeah, I think both teams are still, kind of on track here. I mean, Lilac has secured the, once again, almost 7K gold lead, but the game's not over yet, and there are plays to be made.
plays to be made. I love that. I love that sign.
Including about right now.
Yep, Shmi is looking thirsty, though. He was out of the action for quite some time. He wants to go ahead and do that. Set teleport coming in, though, for just some moral support. We have a nice Make It Rain happening onto Mr. Shmi. Lots of damage coming through from Reyna. For You is on the run, picks up Alistar into the ultimate. All right, there we go. Set's going to go ahead and ulti forward. Both of them gets a nice E-pull onto them. The headbutt's going to come through back onto Bangarang. For You is doing a great job kiting. The Haymaker's going to bust through as well. All right, very nice. Unidentified dealing with the 3v1 of his own, though, on the bot side, unfortunately. Ulti's into Fuchs. Is he going to be able to pick up the kill? No, he is not. Unidentified on the run. Still gets away. Unfortunately, the Fuchs ulti is not going to come through, and that's going to be 0 for 0. Lots of things used, and in the meantime, Repent is going to push out bot lane completely.
Oh
completely
my gosh.
unbothered.
They have to stop this Scion.
He's just going for the win. He's going for the throw.
He definitely got that turret to half health on the...
I don't know if ulting into their tower was exactly the best move, because now he cannot get away.
Well, he is beefy boy here, so we'll have to see.
All right, it's going to be a 1v3. No, never mind. Bangarang's not going to go in that. They're just going to let him be. You're right. He is a big boy. They don't want to be messing with that.
Yep, and wow, that was a pretty much a free inhibitor for Lilac here. They had the fight, but Repente was just like, I'm gonna go take this inhibitor while y'all are fighting. It's alright, and sure enough, they do pick that up. Now the base
and he
is
still has teleport available just in case if they did get in trouble. Shmi's gonna just go ahead and poke around a little bit on his own. He's like, this is for the DC. It's like, it's not my fault.
Alright, Bangarang is on a ward. Probably unknowingly.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't know. Oh, let's see if he gets caught out here. The rest of Team Smiley Face definitely knows. Let's see if they capitalize on this. Now, they did use the blue trinket of their own. All right, Shmi's going to go ahead and get Omnivan off of him. No, but he's going to get pulled right back into it. Polymorph's going to go off. He's going to escape. No, he's not. The set ulti's going to go ahead and pop, and lots of damage coming through. Force to pop the ulti as well, but Aaron is going to get super low. The nice ulti coming in from Seraphine, but it's not going to be any follow-up whatsoever. Repent is going to go ahead and hop into the backline. A big Reyna ulti coming in. Going to take down Omnivamp onto the backline there. George is doing what she can to support the Scion, but he's a big boy, does lots of damage. Kane's going to go ahead and jump into the backline as well. Fuchs is going to pop the Zonias early, and is he going to be able to do anything? No, he is not. Everyone's on the run. Yes, ulti's going to get popped. He's going to get out there early, take down the Lux, and focus now all the attention onto Bangman. It's going to be 3 now for just 2.
What?
Reyna is with a sliver of health.
What was that? What killed him?
Now. I don't know. I think it was a burn coming in from
the Leandries. Yeah, probably. I guess
unfortunate. So that's gonna be 4 for 1 only. Wow, what a trade. Volibear doing what he can. A nice teleport coming in though from Georgia. They might be able to close this out to get to a game 3. Now Omnivamp is back up though. This is gonna be a problem because they're fighting underneath 2 towers. It is Nexus, so they do a little bit more damage, I believe, and he is gonna go down, not picking up the kill, and a huge shutdown though. He's gonna go on over to Set.
Yeah, he does get the tower though. That's 1 step forward. Not so much steps back, I suppose, and this means that they might have an angle on Redemption to take this Dragon Soul away from them, but it's gonna be hard.
Ooh.
They are pretty late to that dragon over there, and yep, they're just gonna clear waves for now, not chase anything too far, as Lilac will pick up the soul.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's in this circumstance. I would also agree. Just like we can't contest it. We can't. We already lost 1 inhib on bot. We're about to lose a different one in second one in mid. By the time we would have get over there, they would have gotten anyways. We're not going to get extra inhib for that. So I think that was a good call.
Yeah, 4 mountains is nothing to scoff at though, because this Scion is going to be an absolute nightmare for Redemption. So they really have to make sure their target acquisition is on point. Make sure they're not grouping up and bunching for Scion to just ult in and knock everybody up.
Yeah, that is a problem, and she, as in Reyna, went ahead and picked up an LDR though, so that's a good move along with the Kraken playing the Conqueror.
Yep.
You know, this is a definitely good LDR game, I would say.
And Lilac is actually just picking up Baron. Wow. Right under Redemption's noses.
They can't. Yeah, they had to at least try to contest that, but with no vision,
yeah,
they just There's nothing.
And
They only have one tower.
they only have one tower. Smiley Face has been dominating in the tower department, and it looks like they want to end the game right here, right now.
Identify's gonna go in and hop onto the back line. Seraphine's not gonna hit anybody, unfortunately. And it looks like Member's gonna get caught out. Yes, he is. George is gonna go ahead and pick up that kill. Omnivamp trying to get what he can, flank from the back, but it's not gonna be enough. Ultis to try to get the safety. And they're just going to go ahead and eat everything. A nice knock up to Stuck in Misfortune ulti early, so it's completely ineffective. And it looks like they're going to keep on running down Team Redemption here. That's going to be 3 members down. And from there, there's the 4th one, and that's going to be the Nexus. And game number 2 goes on over to Team Smiley Face. And we are definitely going to see a game number 3. Great job, great comeback. A little bit of technical difficulties, but that's okay.
Yeah, that is quite okay. I feel like, you know, not even having Shmi there for a little bit didn't really matter that much. I mean, obviously he is an important part of the team, but the team was like, hey, we got you. And cleanly...
yeah. Though Luck still lost, Fuchs' Luck still lost, he almost did the most damage. I think he was only down by like 178 damage.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the Scion, who did the most, and Lux, who did the second most. That is crazy.
Pretty
absolutely
impressive.
MVP, who are you giving it to for game number 2?
Oh, man. Don't make me do this.
I got
it. I mean, I feel like all of them did well. Even Mr. Shmi, who is gone for a little while. I think, let me look at the score real quick here. I mean, it's a toss-up. For me, it's a toss-up between Repented and For You, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That is kind of difficult. I mean, 21 kill participation coming in from almost every single member. For You is... I'm going to lean towards For You because of the Callista. I'm just going to be a little bit biased right now.
There it is.
I love that Callista pick so much. I mean, it's not that Repented didn't do well. Scion was a huge force to be reckoned with, no pun intended. Like, that's exactly what he was this game, and he tanked up everything so nicely. He did everything so perfectly, set his team up, did the teleports, did everything that he needed to. That flank, though, at the second dragon when Shmi wasn't there, that was such a game changer for them, because I think if they would have tried to fight that head on, it would have gone a little bit differently. But going around the back, picking up Reyna early, forcing her to heal, and just catching her off guard was just a really, really good move in my opinion. So I'm gonna go actually with Repented on that.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I also have to toss Mr. Shmi in there too, because the amount of plays that he made when he was in the game was incredible. We saw, remember when they were fighting Set, I believe it was For You and Mr. Shmi in the top lane, and he bumped back the Set as he was trying to do the haymaker.
Oh my god,
that was incredible.
That was play of the game. That was definitely play of the game.
And even there was at one point where he bumped back Reyna into the dragon pit, and then they got the kill that way. That was another nice play made by Mr. Shmi. So it's like, man, it's hard to choose, but I think I'm gonna have to. Actually, yeah, I'll go with Mr. Shmi. He was MVP of that game. Yeah.
Okay. I can't argue with the Shmi pick. Like, that definitely was, but we do have one more game underway for all of you fine folk out there. Thank you for sticking with us thus far throughout the course of this best of 3 series between Team Lilac, which is Team Smiley Face, and Team Red, which is Team Redemption. So I went ahead and gave you guys the points as well. So definitely enjoy those. And yes, game number 3 underway. We've seen both of them play. We've seen the types of strats that they have. Do you expect to see any kind of bans that we saw from last game? I definitely expect them to get rid of they said Georgia
Callista?
MVP. Seraphine was definitely a big
Seraphine,
not win condition overall, but she is kind of a win condition. Most of the time, if we had a percentage, I would say at least 70% of the games that people pick Seraphine win in this league.
Yeah, Seraphine is such a strong pick in general. It just does, multiple build options, utility, damage. The champion has everything you want. So I think yeah, Seraphine does have to go. If I were the enemy team, because I like it's kind of a little bit worse than Morgana mid because you just do everything you can and you can't kill her because she just heals, walks away. You can't CC her before she CCs you with that massive ultimate that just flies across the screen. So yeah, that's gonna have to be probably the Seraphine. I would argue for Callista too, but I know Callista is kind of it's you could deal with it in a certain way. But yeah, definitely agree on the Seraphine.
It's not that okay. Callista's just one of those like. Unfortunately, if they're really good with this pick, you're just going to have a bad time. You just are 100%. And I think you can say the same thing about Kog'Maw as well. Like they're not the strongest ADCs in the world, Kog'Maw and Callista, but damn, do they put a hurting on you? Especially if you know what's going on. Then it's just gonna like tank shredding, the rend resets, like it's just so much to think about. And it's like, how are they doing this much damage? And because of, like the reduced stats coming in from Kog'Maw, like he says, Kog'Maw is one of the best ADCs in the game. That's personal lack of mobility would beg to differ. Against a Callista or a Draven, unless you have a really good peel support, it is very difficult to pop off as a Kog'Maw. He's able to get the snipes, he's able to do everything, but anyone that can just hard engage, Leona, Rel, Nautilus, anyone that just can just hop on him quick, boop,
well,
definite.
That's kind of why you have to take the Cog Lulu combo into effect here, because Lulu enables Kog'Maw so much that you have to respect it even as an engaged comp. That's why it's so threatening. If Lulu just sticks to Kog'Maw's side and you can't separate them, they will tear apart a single team with no problem, no sweat.
Absolutely, yeah. He is a tank destroyer along with Vang. Those two, by far, are the biggest tank.
Yeah.
Getter rid others.
You mean shredder? Yeah, I think that's the word.
Get rid of her.
Get rid of her.
It rolls right off the tongue.
Get a rid. I don't even know what that means. Get a ridder of her. Get a ridder of her. Get a ridder of her.
Get a ridder of her.
Get. Oh, I see. It's get rid of, but it's get her ridder of her.
Yep. Out of there. See ya.
All right. Makes sense.
Okay, so it looks like Team Redemption is going to go back onto blue side.
Yes. Is that what Redemption is blue side once again. So red is blue. Yeah, I respect the change. I think it's I mean, they won on it the first game, so let's see if they can pull off the same results as that. But hey, we do get a game 3. Woohoo!
Yes. Franchise, we had a little bit of technical difficulty for game 2, so it did cause a little bit of a delay running into game 3 here, though. But yes, this is going to be the start of game number 3. We are tied in the series 1-1. Team Lilac versus Team Red, which is Team Smiley Face versus Team Redemption. Yep. So they have the spectator draft up and ready for us, and we should be starting sometime soon. I'm debating whether or not to get Uber Eats right now, but I don't know if the game will be done in time in order for me to go get the food, and I don't leave it outside. So
that is the question of the day, chat. What do you think? Should he get it now, or you think this is gonna be too much of a banger for him to try to manage the food with? Let's see.
And there's not a whole lot of options.
There's not a whole lot of options.
Is the last one a coin flip? No, it's not a coin flip. That is like, all right, ready?
Okay. Yeah, they just decided, that's a gentleman's agreement. So we're just gonna do it by coin flip. Who's the best coin flipper? And I know it's not me, so I'm terrible at coin flipping for whatever odd reason.
I got a little like JFK $50 just like chilling in my wallet. So anytime anyone needs a coin, I'm like, oh, I got it. Dude, I feel like Two-Face when I do it too.
Oh man. Yeah, but draft should start soon. So.
Yes, it should. Yeah, I have the draft right here. All right, let's go ahead. I'll do an order. We're gonna go ahead and go with some Mickey D's, of
Mickey
course.
D's. What do you
Oh,
usually get from Mickey D's?
all right, hold on, chat. We got. All right, we're gonna need your input too. We got McDonald's,
Oh,
Denny's, Arby's, or Wawa.
ooh, huh. That is definitely a question.
We could do a poll real quick.
Yeah, sure. That's for me. Let's see. Say those options one more time.
So
Wendy's,
food. It was McDonald's. Here, let me put
McDonald's,
it. Mickey D's.
Mickey D's,
We got Denny's.
Denny's. You get Denny's at this time of night?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
no, my Arby's isn't open right now.
Oh,
We got Wawa.
Wawa. Okay.
But I think that's it for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Hmm.
start the poll. Food.
Now we can vote every time Rylionn needs food. What have we
Mustard.
done? I think I'm gonna go with good old classic Mickey D's. I love late night Mickey D's. Honestly, like it's just
It does hit different.
it
Does
hits.
hit
Yeah, it
different.
hits different.
It is good. It is good. I'm not gonna lie. It is always a banger. It does mess up my stomach a little bit. All this stuff does. I think I look at food the wrong way and it messes me up. But let's see what you all think. All right, so we got half Denny's, half Mickey D's. Let's see, is draft starting? No, not yet.
Go for
Should be.
Denny's or Wawa. As a Canadian, I've never had either. Wow, you've never had Denny's or Wawa. Well, that makes sense, but wow.
Who?
Uh, mustard.
Oh,
Chat.
as a Canadian. Oh, mustard. You've never had Denny? No, you definitely never had Wawa. That's in the
Yeah, that's
so
yeah.
even like West Coast people never had Wawa unless they came out here.
Wait, why was there only 2 votes? Oh no.
Oh, I think I only let it for 30 seconds. That's my bad. I'll
Oh,
restart.
no.
I'll restart.
Well, now you're gonna have to choose.
You know what? I'm just gonna.
Just choose
Should
Mickey
I
D's
build
or
my own
Denny's.
Grand Slam? Or should I go with that
Oh.
BTS now?
Hmm.
I like them chicken nuggets. Those are always fire.
The chicken nuggies. All right. Well, you can decide that while we head into draft because that is starting.
Do
And
it.
they're off to the bands. Let's see
Alright.
what yeah, I'm kind of curious. This is game 3. This is, everything's on the table here. Whoever wins this wins the entire series. So
Off rip getting rid of the Callista and the Morgana. So they definitely don't want to see 4 use Callista again. We haven't seen him really in the ADC role before. We've mainly seen him in the jungle, and
yeah,
it was really refreshing to see him. There was no doubt in my mind that he was going to do well as ADC because, I mean, look at him. He's 4U. And, Callista's just one of those extreme hyper carries, and as all she has to do is auto attack. Really, there's no other abilities that you have to do. Like, I mean, yeah, a Q, W to, zone them out, get some vision, things like that. Ulti if you need to pull somebody out or throw them in. But all in all, you just have to wait for that E. All right, this is the best champion ever. You just sit there and throw spears all day.
yeah.
The Seraphine, the Rek'Sai, the Leona, so they're trying to get rid of a lot of hard engage for Team Red here. So they don't want to see the Aatrox, they don't want to see the Leona, they don't want to see the Morgana, and now we have the first picks. How do you feel about these bans so far? The Rek'Sai also being banned as well.
Pretty standard bans, honestly. Redemption didn't want to handle the Callista and Seraphine again, so fair enough. They did have a different. I feel like they've had a different ban strategy each game, which is respectable. I think responding
Can't argue that.
reactively, yeah, responding reactively is not bad. And then Lilac has kind of been banning pretty much the same champions, except for the first game. I think the Aatrox was not banned, and they picked that. So, yeah, they're gonna go with the Kog'Maw Lulu actually.
Let's go. Okay, so they're kind of listening in a little bit. I like to see that. And we have a Thresh coming in. Now, Thresh and the Cog is really good if you're able to land those hooks. I mean, completely render him useless, get close in, do a flay. Like, not a whole lot of mobility, once again, on the Cog. So
Yep.
that's up to Lulu to really come up with a lot of support there.
Yeah, this is showing an early game bot side from Redemption, and they want to abuse Thresh hooks, make sure they set up for a gank. You have to land the hooks like you were saying, so Very good introspect there. It's really on the Thresh to hit those hooks. Otherwise, those ganks might not work out the way they will want it to. And let's see what they pick here. They are gonna have Fuchs maybe returning to the Lux. Get to see it again. It did do more than enough damage, but wow, it's gonna be the Orianna instead, blinded on Redemption. Galio responded with.
Okay, how do you feel about that mid matchup? Because I'm sure you have seen this plenty of times. How do you feel going against Galio in general?
Honestly, I barely see Galio nowadays, but like, I feel like I have so much counterplay, like champions that I'm proficient with, that I'm fine with seeing the Galio. Specifically Orianna versus Galio, it's kind of a toss up. If Orianna's pushed up too much, Galio can get an easy gank off with his jungler and pick up a kill easily, or force a flash. Orianna really has to be careful of the range that Galio can dash to. That's really spacing and tethering is very important when it comes to Orianna versus Galio. And if Galio can get close enough, he can land his full combo, and then the jungler can come right in and clean it up if need be. But yeah, Galio is anti-magic damage, and he's going to be able to push the wave and roam and get some ults off, then he's doing his job well. But yeah, the bans seeming to be pretty appropriate here. Camille and Xin Zhao banned away. Lilac does not want to deal with those, and responded on the other side is going to be the Shen and Nocturne once again. Proficient junglers. Oh, Kha'Zix. Okay.
Ooh,
wow.
That's not what I expected. I definitely saw them hovering the Nunu. I was like, this is going to be great. They have a lot of frontline for the Kog'Maw. They have a lot of peel for the Kog'Maw. But Kha'Zix, that kind of throws a weird little wrench in their feng shui as a team, in my personal opinion. I think having the Lulu, Nunu, Galio, all to cover the Kog'Maw was perfect. Now getting rid of a huge chunk, that Kha'Zix it's a different type of engage. And if they can provide any kind of peel, which Thresh can, and Kate can just stand in the back for years, because she has the highest range out of all the ADCs, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. That threw it for the worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like that's an interesting pick, but if they have enough confidence in that pick, then that is the decision they personally made. So we're going to have to see how this Kha'Zix does. If he does not succeed well in the early game, he's going to struggle a lot comparing to the much interesting team that Redemption has put up with a Graves jungle. I feel like that's a solid pick into Kha'Zix jungle. You can, you have a passive that literally gives you armor for days. So Set is hovering here on Lilac, and they are going to take that as the last pick into the Scion. So, wow, we have two teams here. Interesting teams, but nonetheless, kind of both have served a little bit of a purpose here. Kha'Zix definitely being the most interesting pick out of all of them, as I think you would agree with.
Yeah, that's definitely the most interesting one, 100%. And Team Smiley Face is on red side, I believe, correct?
Yes. Smiley Face is on... Wait. Yeah, they are on red side. Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like maybe the Kha'Zix was because they don't have enough damage, because they knew that they were going to pick a tank. Well, Galio does do damage, but mainly tank and support mid laner, and then the Set top laner. So they were like, we're just going to blind a jungle, see what happens. So not too much of the responsibility falls on the Kog'Maw. And maybe we're going to see Kha'Zix do early aggression play for bot side for them to get ahead. We'll see. And on the other side, Graves. I haven't seen much of him lately, but still a really, really good pick, especially into a very, very melee-oriented team such as Lilac has drafted. Graves does a hell of a lot of damage and can pretty much do a pretty good clear. So we'll see how that interaction goes. I feel like he's going to be all over the map, and maybe even invading too.
Didn't we see the Scion Set last game? And it was swapped, was it not?
Yes.
So Set was on Omnivamp before, and Scion was on Repentant. Now we have Scion with Omnivamp, and we have Set with Repented.
Yeah, so they're kind of I guess they're kind of like competing with each other. Hey, who's got the
Yeah,
better Set and Scion here?
I was like, we just watched this, and I'm pretty sure Scion won that over. Like, actually, it was kind of even. I'm not gonna lie, but the tankiness out of Scion eventually, because of those 4 Mountain Drakes, definitely put him over the top.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm interested to see how Fuchs does because he had the Lux open, and we saw him hover it, but they decided to go with Oriana because the team comp needed it, and I feel like that's a very respectable choice, a very team-oriented choice. So I'm excited to see how he does on the Oriana.
Still a great impactful ultimate as well. So even though it can't go through everybody and he can't really snipe, he could still end these team fights around these objectives, pull everyone close together, pull them in together for a Scion ulti, get them all together in case, Graves needs to ulti as well. Like, there's a lot, or even just to pull them off the rest of his team. Like, there's a lot of things that Oriana can do. The Oriana Scion combo is just something that's going to be completely scary because Graves can't really dive in. Thresh can go in as well, so there is a few options, but he's not as tanky as other traditional, supports. So I wouldn't want him to be in the middle of that kind of team. Definitely not.
So I go.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And this is obviously this is a game, the last game of the series, so they're probably going to try really, really hard to get this win. So there are clear, defined objectives for each of these teams, as opposed to the first game where it was kind of like we don't know kind of what each team really is doing, at least for one team in particular. But hey, this is it. This is gonna be it. And if all these members play well, it might be a really good third game.
I definitely expect it to be a very good third game. I mean, we only see good games here at Team Gap,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that is not what we're saying at all. But we definitely want to see a little bit more communication that we didn't really get to see in the second game. Although we did get a 14-minute kind of pause in the middle, though,
Right.
so I don't remember a whole lot of the beginning half of the game. But moving forward, it just kind of seemed like they fell apart. Team Smiley Face really took over, and there wasn't a whole lot that Team Redemption could do. Win bet, win game.
All right.
Good point. Wow, 10,000 channel points coming in from 2 people. Redemption. If you guys win this, you will be coming out with some serious cash, my friend. 10,000 points coming in from Haya. If he's able to do it, he'll walk up with 28,000. Let's
Incredible. Go. Yeah. This is it. And honestly, like, this could go either way. What do you think is gonna happen? Who are you voting for?
For this one, I mean, based off this comp, I don't. The Kazakhs is just throwing me off. That's the only thing. Like, I like it, and I'm not doubting his Kazakhs capability in the least bit. But it's just the only really weird part. I guess it works well with the Galio because it's going to provide Kazakhs that little buffer that he might need. But Galio, with that 1.5 second delay before he actually arrives, it just, I don't know. I'm going to go with Redemption on this because they're traditional comp. I like the way they look. I haven't seen Reyna on Caitlyn before. So
really? Okay.
We'll see how this works. I'm definitely interested to see that. I like the Caitlyn into the cog and the Lulu as well, supporting the cog, but Thresh is just, he's one of those people you got to constantly look out for. You never know.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but Awesome Bill came back for this third game. He wasn't in the first 2 games. So yeah, every ban was pretty much covered here. We got all 3 bans for both teams this time. And appropriate enough because it is the third game. This is the one that's going to say who wins or loses. So yeah, this is going to be a definitely good third game.
Absolutely. Like, overall, who are you giving it to?
I am giving it to Redemption. I like their comp. a lot better than the Lilac's comp, but you know, it really is a lot of this is dependent if For You does get ahead on Kog'Maw and scales hard enough so that he's able to shred Scion and Thresh and make sure he's doing damage. And I mean, I love both of these comps, you know, but like you, I'm thrown off by the Kha'Zix, but at the same time, I see where it could make sense. I mean, we know Unidentified is a really good, you know, kind of jungler that knows how to play certain champions like Kayn and you know, any other like early game skirmisher. So, you know, seeing the Kha'Zix, it's kind of sure it doesn't really fit the comp, but if they've played this before and can replicate whatever results, whether it was good or bad, I mean, hopefully it was good, but if they can replicate good results, I feel like they can pull it off. But I am definitely going to go with Redemption on this one because I just like their straight front to back. You got Reyna on Caitlyn, which I have seen quite a few times in the past, way long ago. But, you know, so if she's brushed up on Caitlyn at all, I'm sure she'll do fine. You know, Caitlyn does have the longest range. And can certainly bully out Kog'Maw and Lulu, especially with a Thresh, who Awesome Bill is now on. And, you know, I've seen Awesome Bill on Thresh before, so kind of know what to expect there. He's a very, I think he's a very good Thresh, so we'll see. Okay. And then we have the classic top lane matchup. I mean, Aaron and Repented, they're both so good.
They've been going at it for months now.
They're still going on. they're
like,
just forever and eternity fighting each other. All right.
They really are. Like, yeah, it's the never-ending battle between good and evil. You know, light side, dark side. It's just, as you can clearly see the last two games. Like, first game went straight to Omnivamp. Second game went definitely into Repentance favor. Now it's a third game toss-up, and that lane has been definitely one of the most interesting ones to watch. Reyna also the first time, absolutely decimated on Misfortune. Absolutely. I mean, she took advantage of that Leona Misfortune combo. It worked really well. A little bit of slip up in game number 2 there, but still did really well on the Misfortune. And we are loaded into game number 3. And here we are. This is for the final game for all the marbles. Team Smiley Face versus Team Repented. Repented is on the blue side and Smiley Face is on the red side. So I hope we get to see another invade. We shall. I hope to God.
Yep, let me just change the logos real fast to make sure those are correct. There we go. Perfect. All right. So it's 1-1. We got a very, very interesting game ahead of us. Redemption versus Smiley Face. Never gonna get used to calling them Smiley Face, but it is what it is.
It's better than Rylionn. It's not better. It's funny calling them Rylionn's body pillow. I'm not going to. But
Rylionn's body pillows, man. That's such a great name, though. What do you mean?
It's so difficult to just say my own name when I'm in the cast.
It's all right. I'm sure you'll get used to it. You know, the more you cast them, it's all right.
It's so funny.
Oh man, like, you're just gonna shorten it to body pillow. I feel like later on.
That's true. RBP.
RBP. Wow, I like it. It rolls with the tongue quite naturally.
Yeah, just like what did we say before? Tanker, get a rid of rubber.
Get a rid of rubber. Yeah, that's an interesting term there. It does roll off the tongue, but yeah. Wow. Okay. A deep ward from
Set there.
From Repented, yeah. Which I think it got taken out immediately though.
Did it? Yeah, he did get it. No, he got 2 hits off because Scion didn't hit it, but Graves hit it twice.
Nice. Well, that'll give them information quite early on. They know where they're starting. They know if he's gonna go and clear Gromp, what time he will do that, and when he's heading bot lane. So, all in all, not bad.
Great poke coming in from Mr. Shmee onto Reyna, though. You know, even though she has that range advantage, getting 2 autos though from For You and from Shmee is just not a good look. And that W upgrade, you know, level 1 is also pretty good on For You to keep up with the trades.
Yep. And does seem like Repented did hit level 2 first before Aaron, so that's not sure if that was because...
Oh, there we go. A nice up going to land onto for you, though. Awesome build going to go ahead and force the heal as well. Nice.
Wow. See, that's
a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of early aggression damage that you really need to punish the Kog'Maw whenever he's trying to farm or take a trade. Oh. Nice.
Didn't land the knockup, but the taunt is going to go off. Fuchs is going to go ahead and get the better end of that trade, though. Those autos are...
Yeah.
Orianna autos, I think, have, like, the secret bug code in them that just make them do, like, 2 more extra damage than they really say.
No, it's just the passive. The passive makes them do more damage. I don't know if you knew that or not, but...
I did not. It's unreal.
Yeah, her passive is basically... every auto that you do on the same target does more and more damage, and I think it's magic damage. So.
Oh, look at that! I learn new things with you guys every day.
Yeah.
Makes me a better player.
Yeah, I've
Do
recently.
not let Orianna auto attack.
Yeah, it's very very potent, especially if she took the attack speed little what do you call those in the rune page, the attack speed thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that it will become very dangerous if you're within that range very quickly.
And Kozilek's looking like he might be looking for a gank bot lane, but Bangerman's going to look for a gank of his own. But they're pushed way too far up. Fuchs is forced to flash out of that. Unidentified takes 1 tower hit, but does have the flash burn on Fuchs. Very nice. Yeah, that hard engage, though, from the Galio is just always going to be like something that you have to be cautious of every single time. That knockup, even if he doesn't hit it, he still has the taunt that can go off, and that's more than enough time for Kha'Zix to go in and do some damage. Omnivamp, though, getting taken a lot of hits, though, coming in from Repented.
Ooh!
Busts it out, does flash throw from both of them. Oh my god, I don't know how the hell he got out of that. It's gotten part of the cone damage there, but nothing.
Yeah,
at least not enough.
That was so close. He was just out of the hitbox of that haymaker, even with the flash. So very good on Repented. He did force the teleport out from Aaron, so he's not gonna have that for the next few minutes. And Ocean Dragon coming up now. Unidentified looking for it right away as he's pushing or help pushing bot lane so they can get a reset and then go straight to Dragon, more than likely.
Yes, sir. Everyone's doing really well still. No kills. We're about 5 minutes in, so this is definitely a much slower paced game. It is game number 3, so we do have to keep that in mind the entire time.
Yeah, I don't like that it slows down so much, but hey, we have had some banger game 3s before. We'll see later on in this game is definitely going to be one sort of a banger when it comes to the team fighting, because both of these teams kind of want to do the same thing, so...
Yeah, like the more you let For You kind of go ahead on Kog'Maw, the more damage he builds, the more of a menace he's going to be. So Caitlyn and Thresh need to take full advantage of the flash forward, and the kill goes on over to Unidentified. Blue's going to go and pick up the first dragon, though. Repented now on the run for his life. Aaron's going to pick up another grasp stack, and that is going to be 1-for-1. Great job from Kha'Zix picking up that first kill, though, on to the Thresh.
Yeah, that is interesting, because Aaron was the one getting pushed in and almost dying, but now Repented is the one getting out damaged.
It always seems to go like that. Like, just the tank just always seems to do more than the bruisers do.
Oh,
just over
no.
time. Oh, nice ulti to go ahead and do that, but an ulti in his favor return.
Oh, my
And let's see if the
gosh.
passive's able to run him down. Repented on the run. Can he do it? Oh, my God. Omnivamp said, get over here. I'm taking one as well. That's crazy.
Wow. Just
Great job.
we were talking about the forever eternal battle that is the top lane, and yeah, that is still relevant right now.
100%. That was... Like, it doesn't get any better than that. They just show up right back in the lane and go right back into fighting.
Yeah, they don't even need the jugglers. They're just like, yeah, let's just fight.
It's like hockey being put into the penalty box and then taken immediately right out and fighting just a second after you get taken out of there.
Yep. Well, now it's 2 for 2, but Team Redemption does have a dragon under the belt. Next one is Cloud, so we're actually going to get either a mountain again or an infernal. Spicy infernal.
Give me that infernal. I'm not gonna lie, my food is gonna be arriving here in the next few moments, so I will take just a quick leave for just a couple seconds. But
No
I'll let you
problem.
know when that happens. No
Sounds
worries
good.
there.
Sounds good. Oh, Reyna taking a
Oh,
lot
and
of
Reyna
damage.
getting,
Yeah.
quite a bit. That Kog'Maw, that is nothing to laugh at. That distance that he gets on the W.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you kind of have to play the lane like you're revolving around that W cooldown because you have to know when it's coming up. And oh, I'm gonna be interrupted here.
Here we go. We have a Bangarang gang coming into the top side, though. Great smoke screen coming through. The knockup's going to go ahead and land as well, but is it going to be enough? Repented is also close, and yeah, the Graves going to go ahead and pick it up just before he's able to get one more auto off on the Aaron there. And for you and Mr. Shmee are looking to... Oh, it's a 4-man gank onto the bot side. They're looking to maybe dive this. Let's see if they can effectively do it. Yeah, they do have vision, so they know Kha'Zix is there. They're going to go ahead and back up so they don't get that 4-man dive. And a nice look from Georgia, but to no avail.
Yeah. Just unfortunate the wave was crashing back, kind of not in their favor there for the dive. You want as much minions at the turret as possible in order to pull off an effective dive, because then you don't have... Wow, that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, underneath their own tower, too.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, too, like, you kind of have to play around that Kog'Maw W, otherwise you're going to be taking a lot of damage at the same range, and even more so because he did take a lethal tempo.
Yes, he did. And give me one quick moment. I will be right back.
No problem. And so, yeah, I do think this is good macro play coming out from both sides this game. I feel like the... Unidentified is currently kind of in their jungle. I'm not sure if he was spotted out. It looks like he was, as Fuchs was kind of leaning towards there. But looks like Unidentified did take the red buff and just got out scot-free for that one. And he's going to go back to his own side of the jungle, farm back, while Bangarang is left like, oh, I'm redless. But, hey, that's okay. And I feel like it's being a little... That's okay. I feel like it's being a little calm on the side of top lane for once. They're just kind of pushing back the waves, making sure... Oh, as I say that, there they go fighting again. Like, yeah.
They waited for me to get back before the action picked back up.
Yep, they really did. They were stream sniping, apparently. That's all right. Well, Dragon's up in about 30 seconds. Georgia is looking for a gank, but is spotted out by Pink Ward. No harm, no foul. Unidentified is there maybe to back Repented up. Nope, they're just going to take Scuttle, call it a day, maybe go to Drag.
I like seeing Georgia on the Galio. It's a change of pace from what we normally see on our caster AP, like, mid laners. And I just can't wait to see how effective her ultis are going to be later on in game. But as I say that, Aaron's going to go ahead and pick up Repented, though. He's going to try to ulti just to save some time. The Haymaker's going to come through, but the shield is just not enough. Ulti to back up as well. Unidentified to get something done, but he does get the kill on Repented. Oh my god, Fuchs with a huge shockwave. Unidentified is forced to flash and ulti to get out of there. Is he going to be out? Yes, he is. All the flash coming in from Fuchs, and he's going to pick up the kill. What a roam coming in from Fuchs, and that's going to be 2 kills now on over in the top side. That was just great look by Fuchs. Great follow-up, great everything.
Yeah, that was a TP, and Georgia is there to respond to the wave, so not all is lost. But yeah, Fuchs did TP, I guess, onto a ward that Aaron might have had there, and meanwhile, the rest of his team is going to pick up Dragon pretty much for free, since...
it's a Mountain Drake again. Okay.
Yep, Mountain Soul. Oh, wow. They are going to just go straight to mid and pop Rift. Very good macro play.
Yeah, they're looking to get as much gold as possible into their pockets. I like it. 107 gold to each person. Pop the early, Shelly, and then just back off from there. So, not too bad, but they are leaving bot lane kind of open to just free farm and get some towers plating of their own.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's not a bad trade, considering you got 3 members compared to 2 get gold, and they didn't even get as much turret plates, and Awesome Bill might have had something there, but didn't want to go for it.
Yeah, just in case. Play it safe, take your wins. They, I don't know if they knew. Oh yeah, Graves is showing himself mid. Never mind, they knew exactly where Bangarang was at.
Yeah, so they do know where he's at. They're not taking any chances, though, and looks like Fuchs is hovering bot lane, but I don't know. He just used his ultimate. They're just clearing the wave, it looks like.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They might go for a little cheese bush strat here. They might have saw Mr. Shmee running in and out, though, so I think they can go ahead and go for it. But no, Austinble's going to go ahead and face check anyways, and the shredding is coming in very hard from For You there. Fuchs coming down just for a little bit of moral support as well. Kozik's trying to get a pick, but no, he's just going to go ahead and back off.
Yep, and more aggression. Oh!
Yep, topside, another fight happening again. Repentant trying to get in. He's just ulting closer and closer into his tower, but to no avail. Omnivamp's doing a great job of just sidestepping that haymaker damage. And yeah, these trades are going more and more in Omni's favor, like as time moves forward.
Yep. Oh. Okay. A lot of damage coming out from Graves already.
Yeah, but not enough to take down a Galio, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Level 10 Galio, level 9 Graves. No.
Oh
my god. Great reaction,
wow.
but almost picking it up. I don't know how that didn't get, to be honest with you. I don't even know how you can... I didn't know there was a buffer like the Tristana. I thought that the Shockwave would have just completely taken him out of that. That was unreal.
I think the shockwave happened right before it or something. That was an interesting interaction though. I can't say I've seen that before either. So definitely interesting interaction. But if Georgia had not been able to pull that off, Orianna might have been able to just auto attack Georgia and kill her. But yeah, that was definitely interesting for sure.
Yeah, that great reaction by Georgia. You know, still, and she's only 14 farm behind. She did some great roams. You know, still no assists, no nothing like that. But still, 0, 0, and 0 as the stat line is not a bad thing. I will take 0, 0, and 0 all day over like 0, 10, and 0.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we've had that conversation before, and yeah, 0, 0, 0 is not bad. Not really sure if she's able to go and, you know, assist other people yet. I mean, she does not have the push over Fuchs, so it's going to be a little bit harder to go and roam and get that ultimate off. You want as much ultimates off as possible as a Galio, so...
I think it's going to be more waiting for, like, junglers to be fighting. We see a lot of ganking happening on bot side, so she's trying to get as much roaming as she can get done, but not quite the distance just yet. Most of the fighting, though, has been in top side. 4 deaths on set out of the 5 kills that they have is just not a good look. But that is also just showing you that it's not every member is behind right now. It's just set. And he's still keeping up in farm. He has the stride breaker, so he's not really behind, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, he's not necessarily behind, but 3 kills on side is gonna be a more potent Aaron as
absolutely.
He just builds more and more tanky, and we see kind of the same threat as we did on the other side last game from Repented himself. Looks like For You, Mr. Shmee, looking for the cheese once again, unidentified, kind of hovering.
Oops, they never learn, do they?
My cat actually...
Let me tell you, we're going to teach you this lesson, old man, and they're going to go ahead and go in onto Banger. Of course, this is a flash, the knock-up from the Lulu ultimate, and this is just going to be Shred City. Kozik's going to go up just to get a little bit of kill steal action. The teleport's coming down from Omnivamp, and ulti's right into a wall. A follow-up teleport as well coming in from from Galio. Gets a nice knock-up taunt onto 2 of the members there, and Sion is taking a lot of damage, but For You is just, gets a shockwave right to the face, but Fuchs, it might be taken down here, forces the flash as well, and great disengage. I like the teleport reactions from both teams. It just, I don't think focusing on the event was the best choice. Looks like it's not over yet. No, it is not. They're going straight for the Mountain Drake. It looks like misses the knockup, but gets a nice 3-man taunt. Georgia forced the flash out. Omnivamp looking real low, but he is a tanky boy. Flory's going to get knocked up there. Fuchs is going to go ahead and slay him. Unidentified, really low. Can he get out of there? No, he can't. Omnivamp's going to pick up that kill. Georgia's going to go ahead and pick up by Reyna. A nice hook to lock down the Lulu. And that is going to be a nice 4-man sweep on over for Team Redemption. Wow. What a fight. That was a very continued fight. They should have just gave up the 1 dragon. I know it's the 3rd one of the game, and they don't, and that's their sole point, but you used everything to come to bot lane and didn't pick up anything. You just might as well reset, let your set do everything top lane, maybe go look for a Rift Herald, but I don't know. I think they overstayed, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was interesting because Lilac actually opted to just go back, and fight that when they should have just probably taken the drag and kind of edged towards the mid side, and not fought them after all their cooldowns are down, and that just enabled Redemption to just come in and, kind of force the fight once again.
Absolutely. Okay, and we have Graves going in on to Repented here. A nice threshold is going to be landing, but no follow-up. I don't know if they're big enough to do that. Oh, but Graves does not care at all. Bangarang is on, looking out for blood. And they're going to pick up that Rift Scuttle as well. Warrior's just going to stick to the bot side, get that farm going. Lulu's there shadowing him because that's what you do as support. You never leave your ADC. This is my ADC. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah, for sure, and they might actually pick up this next tower. They have one already on the top side, so they're going to be a little bit ahead on towers. Oh my god!
Landing in unidentified is going to get taken out. Science looking to get the ulti in, but misses barely. A nice CC trap onto Georgia there, and all 5 members of Redemption are just going to push down mid lane. Big moves. They picked up Scuttle. I don't think they knew that every member was there, unfortunately, or else I don't think Georgia would have been that pushed far up. She would have just gave up that tower and left. But that goes to show you. Look at all the vision around Rift.
Fuchs
Nothing.
on the ultimate there was insane, being able to just stop Kha'Zix in his track, unlike the Galio play earlier, but that's okay. They're going to pick up this inhibitor pretty much for free with Scuttle, who is going to die very soon here.
They killed that tower so quickly that Shelly wasn't even popped on that second tower at all.
Yeah.
They released her so perfectly. They did the timing so well. All the way up into an inhib. I don't know if getting inhib this early was a good idea, because that's just going to essentially allow them to get free farm. So maybe just bursting down the tower and keeping it as a threat would have been nice. Or at least getting bot tower would have been completely fine. The furthest thing away from Barret.
Well, here's the thing. If they put their game plan set, they're gonna if they're gonna try to go for Baron or this early on, that's what you want to do. If you want to get early objectives, you do break a inhibitor mid, but only if your comp allows for it, and only if the team the fighting is necessary for it. And I feel like they do have the earlier type of comp. They don't want Kog'Maw to scale into the late game, right? So they're forcing these early plays, and an early inhib might actually lead to an early Baron. So we'll have to see what their plan is for this next phase. 20 minutes in.
All right, good point. I mean, you're bringing up great points, and I'm right. All mental notes for my team as well, so I will keep that in mind. Sign ulti onto the mid lane there, but he's going to go ahead and miss unidentified. A teleport coming in from Set, though, as backup, and we have now a 5-man squad. Nice ulti to stop the knockup, and they're going to go in and engage onto Reyna. She's going to be forced to back up there. Great job disengaging. Repented, though, in the middle of the whole fight. Omnivamp doing what he can as well. All attention focused onto him. A great big shockwave coming through from Fuchs. Oh, my God, that's going to be 2 members down, and they are on the run now. For you, doing what he can. Trying to peel, trying to do what, and it's not going to be enough. The kiting is just going so far, and that is all members down now for Team Smiley Face, and they are looking to close this one out. What a great engage from Team Repented, and this looks like this might be it. They are looking to push and end it. Huge shockwave from Fuchs.
Fuchs with the shockwaves. Impressive this game, I said, hey, he had the option to take Lux, but Orianna seemed to be the play here. It fit everything they needed to round out this comp, and they are definitely going to take Game 3 of Lilac versus Red here as Redemption. Oh, a little bit of fight.
Yeah, a little bit of team fight going on. Aaron's getting poked out. He's trying to get Repented. The ham they down on the Scion. Is he going to take it out? Yeah, he's going to focus his nexus. Come on. No.
So close. Wait, I thought that.
So close yet so far.
I thought he was gonna end it. Oh no!
I thought that was it too, but they are staying in it. Oh, and another great big hook. Fuchs with another big shockwave, but they don't pick up anybody. All right, Bill, get out of there. There's 4 of them. Reyna's there to set up traps, as well as going to get pushed right into it. Very nice, but it looks like, yep, the ulti's going to go ahead and come through as well. Galio's going to pop in with the taunt, does get Reyna. Oh no, she's going to go to disengage again, unidentified on the run. Teleport coming in from Side's going to go ahead and ulti, and he's going to pick up anybody. Yes, gets a knock up on to Galio. That's the second time Caitlyn ulti has been attempted to no avail, and that's 3 members down. They might look just to end it now. Repented is on the run. Lulu's there for some kind of support, but I don't know if he can do it. The flash forward now, the Caitlyn ulti, but it's going to be blocked by the Haymaker, and Fuchs is going to pick it up. Shmi, polymorph yourself, do it.
Yeah, this was it's quite the game. It was pretty much Mr. Shmi.
Oh, did he get it?
Yeah, he got the kill on Reyna, but wow. What
overall
a game.
Fantastic game. That was a game 3. I don't know what happened. It just kind of spiraled there. Like, right, that mid push is exactly what they needed to win. That was such an early push. 23 minutes and 2 seconds for Team Redemption. Overall, congratulations. I'm going to start the poll, but I want to hear, who do you think got MVP for this?
I think for the whole series, it had to be Fuchs. He stayed composed in the second game that they lost. And he did great work the first game. And then this game, he just blew it out of the water with those Orianna ults. I think, doing top damage as well. Like, I think it was very, very, advantageous for them to pick up Orianna instead of the Lux this game. And it paid off.
I definitely agree. And, it's kind of difficult to do the support one because we had a different support time, but I'll put Awesome Bill in there as the support. We'll go ahead and put it up for the next 3 minutes for all of you wonderful folks. Actually, I'll give you 5, just in case. So go ahead, let us know who you think was tonight's MVP. I agree. I think Fuchs definitely, every single game he played very, very well. Georgia also played very well, don't get me wrong, but he was able to work around his team rather than his team work around him, So even though he wasn't getting every single kill, but this last game, 6-0-9, huge shockwaves that set himself up so perfectly for the rest of the team to follow up. Like, that was unreal. So, Me personally, I'm going to go with Fuchs on that one, and it looks like we already have 3 out the gate coming out for Fuchs. My second one is going to have to go with Omnivamp, because Repented is not an easy fellow to go against. And
and the fight still goes on, right? I mean, I can imagine Aaron is still fighting Repented at this moment, even when the game has ended. There was just Fight City up there. You couldn't really stop them. They were just mano y mano the whole entire series. So, definitely I think Aaron had to be runner-up here. Bangarang doing an awesome job.
I was right about to say Bangarang. Like, he did great as jungle, setting up all the objectives, securing them all, the ganking potential from every champion that he's, that he picked. He just overall great. Like, I would say every single person, but unfortunately, the people can only vote for one. Actually, that's not true. You all voted for multiple, several times.
True, very true. That is quite the series, I will say. So we'll find out who gets MVP of it. And, just looking at the drafts, these drafts were really, really good by both teams, I feel.
For this last game?
Yeah, for this last game. But like you said, I feel like, the Kazakhs could have been worked on, but hey, if they had a plan, they stuck to it. It just didn't work out. That's something you learn, right? You learn, and that's how you get better in League of Legends. Very, very good for Redemption to pick up their third win here, or at least win in the third game here, where it was all on the line. So, congrats to them.
Absolutely, and I'm thinking this 5-minute timer thing is quite a long ass time. So Fuchs is so far ahead with 4 of the MVP votes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to Fuchs over. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, Bangarang coming out. You know what? I gotta drop my vote. I gotta drop it. I'm gonna go out on my own personal account and drop my own vote. Should I mix it up a little bit? Should I go with
Yeah,
Bangarang and Fuchs?
if you want to. I mean, that's totally up to you. Let's see. Let's see. We had Scion for Aaron that game, and then we had Bangering on Kane in the second game, and then we had Fuchs on. Wait, am I reading? No, I'm not reading that right. It was Volibear on Bangering.
Graves
And
on the
then,
last one.
yeah, it was Graves on the last one, Volibear on the second one, and then I believe the first one he was Zinzao. That's right. So
Yes.
definitely three potent champions, and then we had Aaron on Aatrox the first game. Then he was second game, and then Scion the third game. So definitely.
I had to go with my dog Fuchs. Sorry, man. Sorry, Bang. You did great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna have dreams about that shockwave. Like, that was so clutch.
Yeah.
So clutch to set him up for the ending there. And yeah, I don't know. We have just about a minute left in the vote. So if you guys want to go ahead and put a vote, thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in so far for tonight's match. Greatly appreciated. Best of 3. I know we had a few technical difficulties, but we ended up overcoming those. And that's okay. And we got to the best of 3, which is what we want to get to every single time. So I love that.
For sure.
And
well played to both of these teams.
Again.
Oh no.
You all.
There's got to be a tiebreaker. There's got to be a tiebreaker person out there somewhere.
12 votes out of the 22 viewers right now. We only have 12 votes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Where's the
Drop
votes, guys? Come on.
Drop your votes.
Drop your votes.
Quickly.
It's Fuchs or Bangarang at this point, I think.
Aaron's in a close second with 2.
Aaron's in a close second. Exactly.
And at the last second, it's going to go on over to Fuchs. Snipe. Whoever you are, I want you running my eBay account. All right, and I'll go ahead and pick up Fuchs here, and we'll move him into the lobby. That was close. All right, move to. Got to go through all the rooms. Where am I at? Here it is. Fuchs.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, how are you?
Not bad. I've been wanting to show up here for a while, so it's a pleasure to join you guys in the cast.
Yes. It's a pleasure watching your games.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? The pleasure is all ours, my friend. Like, I want to know what was the reaction on your whole team when you did that banging shockwave at the end there? That 3-man shockwave just set you up so perfectly, and then you guys pushed down the rest. Like, did anyone even say anything, or did they just expect it at this point?
They know to expect it. We talk about it in chats. There'll be like a ping and like, this is the danger zone. And that one was very extreme because I placed it. And I think my CD on the ult was about 6 or 8 seconds. So I didn't even dare move the ball. I knew that was the spot. And I just said, guys, it's coming, like 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And then they all showed up at the right moment. So yeah, it worked out good.
Wow. Very
Absolutely.
impressive.
What do you guys say to each other after like game 1, like after a game 1 performance like that? Like, what do you have to say to just be like, okay, like, don't worry about it? Like, who's the one that's either hyping you up or consoling or just like coming up with strats, or do you guys just like silent, don't even talk about it, just move on to the next game?
I think we're pretty chill. Aaron's got some memes for us, our top laner, but other than that, we're still kind of learning each other and focusing on the basics, right? And walk before you run. But it's we're a good group, and we're figuring it out. And after game 1, it worked out good. After game 2, it didn't work out so good. So game 3, we just stayed level-headed and did what we did, just kind of casual banter and get through the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
You should have seen us on the casting couch. Every time you pulled off one of those big Lux ults in the second game, or big Orianna ults in the third game, we're just like, Fuchs! Oh no! He did it! he won the fight single-handedly.
You have like one of the best names ever.
I heard the last one there because after we won the game, I just turned on the stream and I heard a Fuchs. I was like, yes.
It's like, hey, that's me. I do that. But yeah. What's your expectation, moving forward in the Gold League here? So, like, you've played against some of the teams. What's your expectation in terms of, like, other teams? Like, in terms of ranking as well? Like, what do you think is going to be the biggest hurdle? And what do you see, like, yourself going towards through the end of this split itself? Do you guys see? Of course, you want to see yourself in the finals. That's not even a question. But who do you see yourself like being like the biggest adversary to you all as a team unit right now?
Well, I just got booted from my team, so I'm just happy to be in the league and hitting some ults. You know, it feels good to be participating to begin with. In terms
Yikes.
of
Who boots Fuchs? Who does
Fuchs.
that?
people who
Fuchs.
don't say Fuchs with 7 O's. But no, it's good. I think we're gonna feel out our competition here in the next couple of weeks and get a good vibe of it. We're a new team. I think Reyna and Omni played together, but aside from that, the other three of us were kind of new, and I think we're gelling pretty good, and we're just kind of learning the basics, and we just have like up to go. And so if we keep the games tight, I know we have some good team fighting, some good banter. Bangarang is just a jungle pickup we found last minute, and he's been great, as you guys saw in game 1 and 3. Obviously, 2 cost him that MVP vote, but he's he's the guy who's stepping up for kind of shot calling with our support. Awesome Bill, and I think we're gonna rely on them to kind of guide us from A to Z. And if they can do that all season, then it should be good.
Okay, so we should be expecting to see them kind of like on a more permanent spot on the role itself, on the roster.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean everyone's been awesome since they joined the team. In terms of where we're gonna finish, I don't know. Obviously, we want to be fighting for the top. We'll see what we'll get a good vibe of it after the first round of games. And I know everyone's committed and wants to have fun and be competitive, so should be a good league and a good season.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any closing remarks? Anything you want to say to the people? Wookie, myself, anything like that?
No, thanks for streaming, guys. Everyone watch out for the Lux ults because they're going to keep coming if you don't ban it. No, I'm joking. I only played Lux because they told me I had to. I wanted to play something else.
Wait,
So
they told you had to play Lux?
I always say don't play Lux, and they go, you got to play Lux, and I have no
wow.
choice.
So that was
But,
what happened in the third game, because you were
know,
like
the
hovering Lux and then switched to Orianna last second.
I said, guys, Ori, and they're like, hey, Ori. So I was like, dude, there is one reason why I do enjoy playing Lux, and that's for the Fuchses. I know our casting couch loves the big Lux ult. So
I'm glad you pandered to our needs. It definitely makes it much.
No, I know the Lux one trick Fuchs is a good meme for the server, so gotta keep it alive.
It's dangerous too. Don't underestimate it. But congratulations again, man. Go enjoy your win. Like, watch the VOD, but enjoy it all the way around. It's a very hard fought win against the caliber that Lilac brings to the table. Like we've seen a lot. MVP. We had For You. We had Omnivamp. We had a lot of people, like you said, that were on the team before. Or I'm sorry. Repented, not Omni's on your team. Repented, like we've seen a lot of the synergy that they had before and carry on over to the summer split. But you guys, great job. Tomorrow, though, we do have a new game. It is going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, best of 3 for the continuation of the Gold League. It's going to be Exiles Blue versus Counter Target Spell, which is Team Orange. So definitely look forward to that. It is going to be Wookie and myself again, it looks like. You will definitely be seeing that, so definitely stay tuned for that. Congratulations again to our MVP of tonight's match, which is Fuchs. Fuchs himself, the one, the only. And we will be catching you all tomorrow, once again, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your boy, Rylionn, joining me tonight as well. Wookie, once again, MVP Fuchs himself in the flesh. You all have a great evening. We'll catch you later. Peace out.
Thanks for casting, guys. Good job.
Thanks.
Thank you.